I want McFlurry. Go get Eliza to come in.
Well, the good thing is Aftershow is basically a chaos thing, so fucking piss away.
It's got cat hair on it anyway, right? It was just really... Sorry.
Fucking hell, Steve.
I just really wanted to fucking like...
Do it again, Steve.
It just felt like a ninja fucking chop is needed there.
But it's because it's an actual Japanese sword.
Unicorn cake.
Steve, watch that microphone wire, because that's not cheap.
Oh, the fucking name. That's not cheap, man. Don't scream my knife for... Oh.
It's good, like,
It's
me.
you. Just fine.
Oh, shit.
I fucking had a
I think I hit me.
fucking note sitting about that. Fucking
And this is why we can't have nice things.
I'm a way to browse it. It's fibre. Get to Eliza.
I'm not giving her all that
It's our
money.
Christmas bonus.
Fuck's sake.
Tell her we're wanting 3 McFlurries. Football button.
I'm the one for goal.
Fucking amazing.
I'm in plenty
No.
of beef.
We're wanting top deck McFlurries.
Okay.
It's a top deck.
Or, can we get a Mad Dog McFlurry?
I don't
See if she says the fucking machine's broken. Like, honestly, fucking drive her off with the cunt.
Fucking the one in West Hill couldn't even do juice the other day. I was like, fuck. She said they have fucking orange juice. Right?
Can we get Eliza on the phone and give her an order? Right, we're wanting a chip McFlurry.
McFlurries. Dipping your chips in the like McDonald's fucking milk.
No,
Right, can you tell me
oh,
what you're wanting and I can go and get
a fucking McFlurry, okay?
What kind?
So what? If we're genuine about getting McDonald's fucking meals, then I will just have a Smarties McFlurry.
Smarties
Because it's possibly
McFlurry?
one of the greatest fucking things on earth.
Can I get a filet fish McFlurry? Because they'll hate to put on other machines for that. Why am I still speaking at the microphone? See the years of abuse I've gotten for this cunt. I'm like a fucking victim.
You got to play it cool and just sit back.
He does.
Even when I'm in
He's been abused so long.
When I'm in the house, I'm like, right, so fit with him for the night, Lurch. Oh, we're going to hear a fucking stir fry. Oh, Lurch. Oh.
Speaking yourself with the microphone here, just in case.
I think we should
Better
hear
in case Scott goes at me like he goes at Steve.
Lurch, we should hear. Lurch, we should hear one
Or
later
later
on.
posted in the group chats, in the chat group saying fucking epic.
It was chaos, but
It's fucking beautiful.
Leah,
give it a like.
It was like old school.
Even the
my
boss.
sister replied saying I was late to the show, but oh my god, I was near peeing by myself by the
Even
end.
the boss says such a funny show.
Really?
Give it like
fucking
about the
hell, man.
chaos shows is we plan shit, right?
Aye.
And then we've kind of,
Steamroll it the way.
and then we're okay for the next show because we're like, oh, we've got shit to speak about.
Yeah.
And then we can fucking chaos again.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, he's got headphones on.
I do. Aye.
Right, let me go and get my bag so I can get my car keys and then I can go get McFlurries and pick up Eliza.
That's why I was like,
We need to get pissed, man.
we're not
Right.
Claire for a lift. I was like,
Right, we're recording now for the DHB 252 after show.
The next plan, right? The next,
Right.
right. So the next show that
So,
we do, right?
No, listen.
Right, okay.
Listen,
I go get my
fucking
bag?
listen. So Coops has
Why
to
do
go
we
away.
want sandwich you? What did you need the bag for now?
My car
Coops,
keys.
Coops has to go away and pick up her daughter from work.
No, she's about to pick up McFlurries.
And pick up McFlurries for the
Eliza.
fucking... and Eliza.
McFlurries.
She's then
back.
going to come back here to transport me and Steve home, seemingly. Poor bugger. Are you sure it's okay, Coops? For fuck's
She's
sake.
got
man.
fucking bar and bucks there.
Fuck's sake.
Coops, go please give her that money to
I'm
Eliza.
not giving all that money to Eliza.
Why not?
Because it's far too much money. It's ridiculous.
I know, but at times you come in. That time,
you fucking probably need every penny you can get.
Don't
that-
know, you fucking pays get paid well.
that time,
You can give it to her when she gets here.
that
okay?
time she came
Right.
into the shop, right? Eliza come into the shop. If I speak through 2 microphones,
Oh
how
my
does that
god, that's
sound?
sick. That's like stereo.
Right, when Eliza, when Eliza once came into the shop, she come in during COVID with a mask on, and she goes, "Excuse me, can I borrow your toilet?" And I'm like, "No," thinking she was a junkie. I'm like,
That's
"Nah."
right.
When I got a lavy in here, okay, fuck off. And then I got a message for her mom going like,
You thought she was a junkie.
because she had a mask on. She's like, "Can I borrow your toilet?" And I'm like, "Are you about to shoot up in there? What the fuck? You looking suspect?" And then I got a message for her mom later on going, "Eliza just coming asking for a piss. And you tell her to fuck off." And I'm like, "Oh, is that Eliza?" I'm like, "Oh, we have
nice.
got a toilet. Tell her to come back." I've Febrezed it. I put the chicken back and put the fish in his back. There's the job. He's on the skitter in fucking toilet.
I took a massive job in his fucking work toilet as well, too.
Oh, he did. He did.
It
Fucking
was horrific.
It was like scorched earth.
Like, you know when you see like videos on, of Godzilla attack in Japan? That's what I envision this thing was doing after it got flushed away. Just
Kim, can you try and get that, like, Kim, when you're chugging off your...
she's got to go.
No, I
Archie.
know Ken she is, but Ken, like, when you're chugging off your superior other, and, like, they're, like, it's a tickly
Right.
bit, and they're, like, right...
That face is
That's
scary.
really good for the podcast, bro.
Well,
And, fucking, and they passed out, and they get
Jesus
that vein in the corner of the temple.
Right.
That was the vein I was getting trying to piss his skid marks off my toilet.
fuck's
Right, I'll see you in about an hour.
McFlurry!
McFlurry's all down.
Tell Eliza she's welcome.
Okay.
Holy fuck. Oh, Lurchy, that was... So, the thing is, though, I mean, already feedback for that show there, the
Fun or
250...
just you and me doing the
252,
show
sorry.
again?
I think it must be just me and you, pal.
fucking do it again.
I know,
Just
exactly.
so it's calm.
No, because all you'll do is fucking insult me with that one.
Fucking didn't I? Like, I've been trying
What
to
do you mean, didn't I? You've gone away and painted on fucking massive eyebrows.
I know, but like, if the joke's there, I'm going to take advantage. Last time we did a show, it was jumping all over the world,
Was it really?
and
Oh, just you and I?
just you and me, and
Holy
it was 2.5 hours long.
Okay.
And I asked you about Forbes and all that kind
Yes,
of stuff,
that's
and I was
right,
trying
yeah.
to get you crying.
You did try, yes.
I'm so glad that I did though this year
Uh-huh.
because I feel like it's unlocked, like an achievement. It's like unlocked a new sort of. It's okay to get a bit more like totes emotion about stuff.
Yes.
Because can I tell you what I'm doing on my Christmas day?
What are you doing, man?
I bought an Angus Young costume,
Okay.
and I'm just going to fucking play some AC/DC songs and strut about.
Are you going to be flying solo on Christmas Day?
This is like my 6th Christmas that I've done myself.
Can I come and take you to Meldrum for Christmas Day?
Can I show up later on?
I will stay sober and then drive you home afterwards.
No, can I show up later on in a taxi? So
No.
we can get drunk and maybe do a podcast.
So, Christmas Day this year, normally Christmas Day, we have like dinner at the in-laws' house. And it's amazing. You know, they do a great job, you know, blah, blah. But the thing is, though, is every year they work really hard to make a great Christmas Day.
It's a
So
big stress for someone.
Exactly, yeah. So that's why this year we're like, look, we finally got a bigger house now. We can have folk around the house. So let's let us have the fucking dinner, do the chores, do the work, you know. Oh, God, I should
We're
pants.
so relaxed there. It's good.
Exactly, yeah. So it means that we're having the in-laws round to our place, you know, myself, Rubes, the kids, the in-laws. Hopefully the sister-in-law, who you know, of course, Jill, with her kids and stuff.
She's
and
due me a cake because I got you crying on 250. Yeah.
I know, exactly. But there's more than enough space that I would love you to be there if you could, because the
Like-
thought of you being here by yourself, just playing, dressed in fucking schoolboy shorts and a fucking hat, playing guitar all day by yourself,
That'd be
I don't
amazing.
enjoy it. No, it's amazing, I know, but then,
I'm
like,
happy.
okay.
I'm happy to show up later on. Like, I don't want to come in like because if you fucking present me with a plate of food, I'll be like, "Fit is this slop?" I'll be like,
Probably,
Taylor,
aye,
show me the
probably.
kitchen now.
Probably,
and
I
let's
know,
fucking
aye,
fix
aye.
this. But I'm happy to show up later on and like we could maybe have a drink and do a little podcast or something like that. Or an
You would
after
be
show.
more than welcome, brother. But I mean, by all means, if you want, come out to ours and crash me if need be. You know, if that's cool with you. I would love to have you at the road there, but basically because right, okay. So we've discussed this kind of briefly in previous shows and previous after shows and previous kind of discussions, even privately as well too. Is that now we've only got like 3 people watching just now currently live because everyone else thinks the show's over.
Oh fuck them!
So it's just fine.
They'll hear this later on.
They'll hear later on, of course, right? But I mean, to open up the fucking things about here, the likes of yourself and Steve.
Oh god,
and
why is he laughing?
Why is he laughing?
Oh, he's not in the group chat.
Oh no!
Is that?
Bet he down to my toilet.
I know exactly. He's too happy, for fuck's sake. Is that it's become like the best description of this that you gave me was we used to say that the DHB was very much like friends getting together in a pub and having a chat, whereas now it's more family getting together and having a chat and you know.
We're family around the table having a laugh. And a joke.
Exactly, yeah. And that's why this show worked, because it was fucking insulting chaos and madness and blah blah, because Christmas is getting drunk and fucking like having arguments and everything else will do. But for me as well, there was that you know, despite how can I say it? It's like for me, my family is more the kind of people who I choose to be around me, like you guys especially are my family. And the thought of either of you struggling on that day, or not struggling, okay, that's the wrong words to say, is to be flying solo on that day.
I didn't
Upsets
struggle,
me a little
but
bit,
I've had
you know?
quite a few myself.
Yeah, exactly.
Even when
yeah.
family were here, I was still Christmas Day myself, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, I remember the year before. Remember what everyone wants?
Yes.
It's where the casino is now.
Oh, aye.
Like,
think
I went in
Tracy
there.
worked there actually.
I went in there and I bought my mum Buddy Holly
Whatever
CD.
she wanted.
Yeah, I bought I bought a Buddy Holly CD for Christmas, and the following year I got it as my Christmas present. Like,
You're kidding
Alright.
me.
and it wasn't. The worst thing is, it's nae Buddy Holly. It's like a cover band.
Oh,
It's
no.
nae Buddy Holly and the Crickets.
No.
It's
Always,
like,
buddy.
it's like Baby Holly
Holly
and the
Buddy.
fucking cockroaches. Yeah, it's fucking awful. I'm like, I put you out last year. It's like, no, you didn't.
Oh, no, for
But-
fuck's sake, man.
But
But the thing is, I mean, sort of cutting there, but I mean, I'm the same where when I first moved to Aberdeen, certainly when I was together with my ex-partner for a long time, but I was also spent a good number of years single. And Steve will tell you as well too that there was probably years I spent years by myself, like Christmas Day, sitting playing Xbox and fucking just pissing around because I had no family to go to because they're all up north and I was too scared to travel north to see my family. And even then, it was like, well, who'd I go and see because my mother was in a bad way and stuff. And it's a long story, but it was.
last year,
I've been there where you think there's no one around you who cares enough to have you with them.
I know that you care.
I need you to know that
I know that you
want you
care,
there.
and I appreciate the invite, and I probably will show up later on.
Right, okay.
Right?
Let me be perfectly clear. I had fucking Forbes over for one Christmas.
Yeah,
So if
exactly.
that cunt was welcome, there's no way you're not welcome.
I'm like
You're
half
good, man.
I'm like half tempted just to right, go taxi driver. You're taking all these uses.
For
We've got a case of
fuck's
Mad
sake.
Dog.
Find a taxi driver that isn't particularly in the Christmas spirit.
Oh, well,
Or I will stay sober and I will drive you around this place.
no. Like taxis, I've learned now if I pay because you can pay in a taxi with a card. If I pay with my shop card, boom, it's travel.
But you can't keep fucking throwing money around.
No,
like,
but it's travel. It's travel money. Like it's.
It's got to be for business use, though.
But it
Yes,
is
aye.
because like
how can you say to the taxman,
Deliveries.
by the way, at fucking like
Had to
8
make
p.m. on
deliveries on
Christmas
Christmas
Day?
Day.
I fucked up somebody's
deliveries
turkey.
in a taxi.
I forgot to take a giblet suit. I had to go and take a giblet suit. Last Christmas, I was in here.
You gave you my heart.
Oh,
The next day, you gave it away.
well, I set
This year, I'll save you from tears.
well
Give it
last
to
year
someone special.
I set fire to like a diary in the garden. Like I was here myself, and I watched there's a thing on YouTube called Cold Ones.
That's my mother.
So
You put your cunt.
I know I can, but I ain't got impetigo. I ain't got impetigo.
Scott, this will make you feel better.
Okay.
Let's go through that. You can.
Your fucking face makeup.
I know it's all, isn't it?
Are you just pissing it off? Oh, you're pissing it off.
Oh, did he piss it off his thing?
He did. He's
Thanks,
so
Steve.
good. He's so fucking
You
thoughtful.
saved me a couple of flashbacks.
So that video there that Steve showed me was him basically was seeing the eyebrow makeup stains in the bathroom that Steve conveniently tried pissing off.
Off the sink and off the urinal.
Yes, aye.
But in all fairness, the next image in the group chat is, in fact, me holding the bottle of Flash in the clean toilet, being like,
Oh, you're a
cleaned it
nice
off.
guy.
Holy
You're a nice
fuck,
guy.
that's a really old bottle of flash. Where'd you find that?
It's-
Is
next
that
to the anusol in the cupboard.
I was about to say, did you find that next to my fucking anusol and the fucking the ball hair remover stuff?
Is it anusol or anusol? I'm never fucking too
I
sure. Like
prefer to tell lassies, would you like a bit of
It's
annulus
it's a
tonight?
annulus.
It's a capital A. It's got to be anus.
It's got to be
anusol.
Say a bit
anusol.
of annulus tonight. So last year I watched a thing called Cold Ones, which is two sort of Australian 20-year-old, like my age when I started the show,
Yes, okay.
like really fucking.
Young and horrible
And they
and
just get
impressionable.
pissed, but they've got like Madonna mics on, and they just go and they're screaming all the time. Like they'll go into like Fiverr, and they'll spend stupid amounts of money and say like, "Make me look like Mr. Beast," and all this kind of stuff. Just, like it's just for Mr. Beast, and they'll just it's stupid stuff, but they get pissed. They did one video that I saw where they drank the most expensive alcohol from every country in the world, and by the end of it, the boy's like,
hell.
"Oh, he's up." He's like me on the end of it. I show like pulling his
Aye.
hair out, and I'm like, "Oh, this is kind of cool." So I watched that, and I'm like, "Oh, I can maybe do something with this on the show." But I then had like a book that I used to write shit in, and I took it inside, and I'm like, "Right, let's burn on him. Let's start afresh this year." And I feel better for it. Like, don't get me wrong. Like the thought of fucking being here myself, I don't like.
So clarify, you in a book that you wrote things down in, or like
Like
bad
I wrote
thoughts and-
everything down that I went
Is that
through.
a
Like,
diary or a journal, or how would you class it?
it was like a bit of both, where wasn't it quite like a diary or a journal? It was like a mix of all plus a manifestation book. Have you ever heard of people manifesting stuff?
13th
Yes,
of June,
okay, aye, aye.
2002. Scott smells funny today.
I'm gonna have a
That's
I
every
thought his
day.
eyebrows were going to attack me. Sorry.
like in the book. It says like Christmas 2021. I'm gonna have a happy family around me.
Oh, stop it.
So I'm inside
Sad
with like
face.
lighter fluid, like and burn you cunt, fucking lie to me.
Oh,
So I set for that shit, and I felt a lot better this year. But
Aye.
like Christmas time does mark me kind of like, but it's mere the stress and everything else that people go through. It's like, why get yourself into so much fucking debt and pressure and stress?
but then also
Because I wanted
stress-
a new PC, okay? you mean about other
Oh,
people?
keep it
Sorry.
quiet.
Yeah.
But then also for you, though, is like stress wise. I mean, with your job, I mean, you're basically creating like food packages for hundreds and hundreds of families.
I'm making on just now that I'm really happy, but just now I am so fucking stressed.
Aye.
Like you've the idea. Until the 22nd, when everything comes in,
Yeah.
I'll relax a bit, and then I'm there till about 4 in the morning making up orders to be collected on 23rd.
Jesus
But
Christ.
until it comes in, I am a ball of fucking anxiety because if I'm in charge of 249 people's Christmas dinners this year, and it's like if this shit doesn't come in
Yeah.
until everything comes in that I
Kind
need.
of cool knowing that you could fuck up a lot of Christmases if you really wanted to.
On the
Like, if you
20th,
wanted to go full scorched earth, you could just be like,
If I wanted to go
fuck
postal,
you.
like I know I was probably kind of minimal help when I came in there the other day to help you
no,
out.
you were a lot of help, right?
But
Do you not
then-
think that you're not a lot of help?
No,
comedy
I know,
value.
but I
Are
know
you
exactly. I
squeezing in
know.
a penny?
I did try. No, I did try and be as helpful as I could. I was like, "Oh, I'm here. Okay, it's a bit of fun, for me because I'm running up before, but I also want to be. I want to. If you say do this, I'm doing it. I'm like, get it done because
Did
it's
you
your
try-
job. It's
Did
your
you try
business.
and sell your hands as a 5-pack of sausages?
No, I did not. No, but
Kenneth, he
but
did it
think-
really well, and he never cut himself.
I didn't
I'm
know.
impressed. What's a plaster for then?
Because I've got a poison finger. That's why.
Poison finger.
Oh,
I've
you've been
learned. I've
drinking
learned
this
to cut
Mad
your
Dog.
fingers cutting you. We see. But anyway, but no, I was like,
Sorry.
wait, whatever you were told to do, I'll do it and I'll get it done properly if I can. I'll go for it, and that was fine. But if you need me at all on the 22nd in the evening, if you're up, if you're there at 4 in the morning,
so the
Likewise,
22nd
I'm doing fuck all.
Well, like the whole idea of the 22nd is like I make sure, like I've taken every one of these orders, and I make sure that I do every one of these orders. So
yeah,
I will be serving that day.
okay,
23rd is just serving. Like if people come in for an order, they'll get their order. I'll go through it with them. Like right, you got everything. That's how you cook it. Blah blah blah. All that kind of stuff. People will come in and buy other stuff, but it's like I feel there's like a personal connection with that. Whereas if there is a fucking problem, it's me.
okay.
It's nobody else. Like, see, the past couple of years, because I've had people there,
I get your
it's
point.
like everything is in my handwriting. It is legible.
Yeah,
Everything is in kilos because people come in and go, oh, I'm wanting like a 10-pound turkey. I'm like, well, convert it into kilos so it's a piece of piss because everything is metric now. So you order it in kilos.
yeah.
So it's a piece of piss. Whereas
Oh,
you
wait a
look-
minute. I thought Brexit was bringing back like fucking
Breakfast.
pounds and ounces and fucking
Fuck,
fuckneys and
I know,
halfpennies and
exactly.
It's
fucking-
the thing that annoys me
bullshit.
the most is like, see, fuckers that come in and go, oh, I'm old school. I just work in pounds and ounces.
Oh,
You're like
fuck off, man.
27. Kind of like it was abolished in 1978 for it to
Yeah.
become metric.
Yeah,
Shut
exactly.
The fuck up.
Aye.
It's 4 years before I was born, huh?
It's,
I mean, admittedly,
Even old
I'll
cunts
go in and
like
ask
me.
for a pun of mints. I must
I'd
admit,
ask for a
it's-
pun of mints,
yeah.
but nobody cares what
That's
a
an
pun is.
Aberdeen slang thing, though. That's not. That's
suppose
not.
it maybe
That's
is,
not
aye.
because you want a pun of mints. That's because you just. That's what you call.
And
You
it.
know what that
It's a
pre-German mint is?
A basic
yeah.
portion of mints
Yeah,
is.
exactly.
454 grams. But if you're a butcher,
okay.
if you're a
Doesn't hit
butcher,
the same ring, does it?
no,
I guess 450 easy, 500 grams of bun of mints. Aye.
That's
a
it,
half
aye.
a kilo is like 2 ounces, but an ounce and a half shy of 500 grams. So
Okay.
it's like a
Yeah,
piece
the
of piss
same
to
as a
do.
pun, is it?
No, it's not the same as a
Excuse me,
pun.
sorry, I'm yawning.
But being able to like have everything done, like before I would like, right, everything goes into a bag. They come in, I find their order. The fucking stress that people bring in, like if they're first in, there's 250 orders lying about, right?
You've got to dig through all these bucket
And you're like,
bags.
I didn't put them in alphabetical order. I'll write your name.
Of
It's got
course.
a number in your name, so I can cross-reference it in the books of in.
Yeah.
If you was to come in, say pre-marriage,
Yes.
say Tracy ordered something under her last name, I'll go for the last name. I'll write that name down. Then you'll come in and go, oh, I've got an order for early.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, what's the name? Oh, it's early. No, when I find it,
Fucked.
why the fuck's this order? And you can't find it, and you feel the
course.
stress and anxiety building up. And then you're like, it's here, calm down. Then you go back to the book, and you're like, did you order it? No. Fa ordered it. Oh, my wife. It's her last name. Oh, it's this. And you're like, oh, it's here.
Do you give people like slots, like allocated times to come and pick their stuff up?
No, like I think
Maybe
other
you should,
butchers
yeah.
do, but I just kind of go like I tell them it's a 23rd. I do not do the 24th because if there is a problem, like when you get your order home and you
need
look
a
at
day
it,
to fix it. Yeah.
aye, if you get home, you get your order, you go home, and it's like, oh, I asked for a fucking 2.5 kilo turkey, and I've got a fucking chicken here.
I asked for a pint of mince, and all I got was 454 grams.
Exactly.
like I'll go home and I'll get a message, and I'm like, well, I can't fix it on Christmas Day because it's that gone. But if the 24th I do go in just to clean, and then I organise everything to take it to like the Cyrenians and all this place. Shit's left over. I'll take it to charity. I nearly worked at the
He's a good egg.
Cyrenians one year, right? So every year I'll forfeit my wages, my drawings in December, and I'll go towards buying like, I'll go to Smith's and I'll buy like a ton of board games. Kind of near like Operation, but Smith's version of Operation. Like a heap of them. Like just a heap of games. I'll buy like
Aye.
a heap of shit, and then
Aye.
I'll take it to Somebody Cares or something like that.
Fuck's
The
sake,
first
man.
year that I did it, the emotion that fucking come through me when I left, it was like, what the fuck? Like I was leaving, I was like fighting tears. I'm, why are you fighting tears? It's like some folk kind of got nen. Like the staff there, when I come in with all this
Yeah.
stuff, like, oh, cheers for that. And I put the meat, and they're like, oh, well, we're here and that. I'm like, oh, fuck them. But the people that have to go there, yeah, imagine if that's your Christmas where you're like,
Yep.
I'm going to have to go and get stuff for my kids for free from a place.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for Christmas.
It
exactly.
puts life
I never
into
thought of that
perspective,
before. What a
eh?
fortune I could save.
Sorry.
It's
fuck am I spending all this money
Look
for?
at this fucking.
Speaking of Christmas presents, Steve,
Yes.
could you do me a favor? Because I'm like stuck at the door.
Oh my
all right
fucking
there?
word! Here we go. Oh, it's fucked. It's fucked.
This is
It's
like
covered in cake for fuck's sake. Here we
this
go.
is like a month ago. When somebody
Right. Okay. Right.
it goes this way. See over there.
Over.
They're behind all the Christmas drink.
Christmas
Yes.
There
jumpers.
is a tinfoil parcel over there.
What next to the
The air fryer. There is like a tinfoil square. Could you take it over? Mine, take your headphones off for fuck's sake. Kind of where we're
call.
supposed to do Secret Santas.
Yes.
And
Aye.
these are so poor that he's never went to Somebody Cares to get a Christmas parcel.
Well, the Secret Santa were like, no one said fucking who's getting who and who's getting what, and it was because
Kyle
you
did
fucked
do
up.
it. Kyle did make a list, but I was
I never
your
saw it.
I was your Secret Santa. Merry Christmas.
I know what I need to get Lurch for Christmas. I need to return his copy of Dog Soldiers.
Oh no, Steve. When I was in Edinburgh, I got it on 4K.
Oh, right. Okay.
That DVD that I got, it was like 20 quid because it was like, it was released and delisted because there's X amount of copies. I got it on 4K. That is an amazing film, by the way.
I seen it for the first
Dog
time.
Soldiers is man, yeah.
Right, not because you lent me the DVD, but because it was offshore and there was nothing else to watch.
Really?
It's a good film, though, eh?
It's all right.
I think the banter,
It's better than I expected.
it's shit, but
'Cause it's got that early days Channel 4 low budget vibe
Yeah.
to it. But it's fucking.
I think
it's
that's fit. It's like even watching Lethal Weapon before you come around, I'm like, films are like this one anymore. It's like so CGI.
Fucking amazing.
Like
Oh,
the
aye.
hail for Mr. Joshua has got Murtaugh's daughter, and they're coming to meet him. It's like the music and the helicopter, and it's in the desert, and fucking Mel Gibson's with a sniper rifle and that. It's like that's fucking you. That's
It's
the nightmare.
fucking gold.
There's not enough cocaine in Hollywood anymore.
No,
There's not. There's
no,
not.
it's not.
And if
Ecky's
there
up
is,
the bum.
it's not as good quality as it used to be.
No,
I think that's the simple answer there. I'll tell you what though, the best spoof ever of Lethal Weapon is Loaded Weapon.
Loaded Weapon
Oh,
with fucking
aye.
Samuel L. Jackson and Emilio Estevez.
My favourite scene of all time is when he's creeping into the house and Samuel L. Jackson's in the toilet. You know, it's supposed to be like the toilet exploding scene. And he gets into the bathroom and he's like, hey, you okay? And he's like, yeah, man, just taking a shit. It's not even, it's nothing like the original Lethal Weapon.
It's Bruce Willis, like the flat coming down. He's like, for fuck's sake.
Why no, it's up the road. No problem.
So, Lurchy, I have got nothing for you yet. Well, no, I do, but it's
The
not
budget
come
was
yet.
£20. The budget was set was £20, and I got this for you for your Secret Santa. And I thought, well, I get him like fucking an eyebrow shaver, but you'll never use it.
Wouldn't last long enough. What is it?
Holy fuck.
Running Man. Who loves you and who do you love?
Lurchy, that is fucking wonderful. Like, it's genuinely, that is my fucking, that's Ultra HD fucking That is my jam.
Steel book, bitch.
It's a
Holy
good job
shit,
there's a
man.
cellophane on the front of it because you'd ken he's going home a rip.
No, because
Yeah,
like
it's
like
spot
for
on
my
with that.
birthday, he got me like a fucking like a Space Jam 4K like box set of things. Well, dude, it was amazing. Like,
You could have just masked me to download
I
it.
hope the Space Jam 4K would become a collector's item because that was
Aye.
that's the collector's edition. They usually go out of print because there's like 1,000 copies get
holy
made. But
shit, man.
Space Jam's still in print, so you're
Yeah,
kinda
yeah,
fucked.
yeah.
But
Well,
it might
still though, but it's-
plum.
it's awesome,
Put it in
exactly.
your plum. It might.
But despite the fact that it's maybe a collector's thing, it's still like for me, it's like a prize thing. I'm like, it's a pride of place on my shelf, and
Yeah.
that's fucking amazing. Thank you, buddy. Fuck's sake.
I'm thoughtful.
You were too thoughtful, exactly. But the thing is, though, you're so thoughtful when you do these things. You make me feel bad because I do try and be thoughtful as I can, but
That's
it's
the general idea.
like, oh man, fucking hell,
Like I'm feeling like shit, Steve.
it fucking is, man. What the fuck? Why you trying to pump me like this?
Did you watch that Banshees or was it Iridescent?
Banshees of
In Sharon.
Yes,
Is it any good?
I loved it. I
Okay.
loved it.
Curious because
So,
In Bruges was. A
have
great
you
film.
seen In Bruges?
No,
Bruges
I've
is
got
a
it,
shithole.
but I've never watched it because Pink wanked on a bit a lot, and I'm like,
I would genuinely recommend In
Don't be
Bruges.
so mean to Pink.
no, I'm not being mean to Pink.
No,
But
no,
it's like
my
job.
When
When somebody kind of wanks on so much about a thing, you're like, oh, fuck's
my
sake, you know
brother
what?
wanked on about a lot of stuff, and I'm like,
Yeah.
and I never
DHB
really
and all that. Yeah.
that fucking
Fucking
Yeah.
those cunts.
Your brother hated this, by the way. He hated it.
He comes in and like every time he
fucking
comes in,
hated it.
every time he comes in, who's Forbes tries to pump him
Hilarious.
because he'll come in and like this table's normally I'm
yeah.
sat there, and Forbes will go like, right, get him.
He never once met. I've never once heard him like
He hated it.
any disdain for.
Like
I'm going to
genuinely.
speak to him at his work because I've obviously got to get car shit now and again because I'm still a fucking.
Where does he
holding
work now?
cunt.
You
Uh,
got car parts.
Autosave.
Oh, shit,
Autosave,
okay,
aye.
okay.
Oh,
Autosave in.
in Langstrath. I'm not
Okay,
sure
yeah,
if
got you.
other auto outlets are available.
Of course, but no, certainly when I was working with them as well too, like in the early days of DHB, you'd have folk who were listeners come by my work and say, "Hey, fucking hell! By the way, big fan of your show. Like
I
it
can,
was
just, I can
amazing."
see him now just being like,
And you would see him like fucking just scowling,
I hate like.
and you would say like
hating them.
why does it bug you so much that we're having fun, just like telling stories and have a laugh? I'm like, look, you by all means, you're welcome to come on board and welcome to come, because your brother giving his views can be a funny guy.
Did he not tell you that I was the one that was fucking with you?
No,
Because I remember, so 50 was when I did
Chuck
the,
the
Who's Sale.
bastard. Remember
Yeah.
that, Steve?
Like he come into
The
me,
shit in the box.
he come into me and he's like, "Oh," I'm like, "How you getting on with the show?" He's like, "Oh, it's the marathon show, but I'm want to plow all my pre-prepared stuff into that." So like you taste stuff
Yeah.
like a couple of shows later. Like
Yeah.
I've learned that for you. Like have stuff for extra shows. Like dinner. That's why I was sitting here. I'm not telling you about Crusher because he's my rainy day.
Scott was like, get as many festive stories as you can together for a night, and I'm like, aye, cunts deed in Qatar. Fucking well done, Steve. Good prep. Good prep.
He come into me for 50 and he's like, "Oh, I want to throw all this stuff into 50." And I'm like, he's like, I'm just, because you said like, "Oh, that can 51's going to be like," because I'm like, I'm going to plow on
Exactly,
into it. And I'm
aye.
like, "Oh, I can fix that." Right, here's a who's seal and here's a poop in a box.
Beautiful.
But
And they made it the most memorable parts of our show was being like you said, the house sale, the put in a box, it was like fucking that's still like lower in the DHB as well too.
What one's this now? Is this 252?
252.
Fucking hell,
it's fucked
Seems
up
like
to
only a
think.
couple of weeks ago you were doing 250.
Can it taken us 8.5 years to do 100 shows?
I know why. But the thing is though is like, okay, so you have other shows out there that are like, I say that are in
Quality
our,
over quantity.
exactly, yes, exactly.
No, I agree with that. And
You're right, because there are other shows that started after we did and are now past us number wise. But it is like you try and listen to these shows and like,
I can't
telephones,
I can't even listen back to us.
I know, right?
I was like, ooh.
what I've loved is listening to the shows that we've done together this past year. I think because I'm a bit more reserved and calm and older, I'm a lot more listenable in my ears.
Yes.
But like the one with Abby for your fucking getting pissed. It's great. It's great because you're like, always I'm Steve Special. But it's just ace. It's like really fucking ace to listen to. Like I've listened to the ones that we did that were kind of like Billy Ray Crusher, thank you, Bushido, all those kind of shows. And I'm like,
Or Bud. A Bud or a beer, whatever.
they're really listenable. But like lately, these past,
Oh, fuck too.
I think we've matured all of us to a point where this doesn't bother us anymore.
Yes, aye.
That
Yeah,
that
exactly,
doesn't
yeah.
fucking really doesn't bother you.
No, God no.
It never has because I've never been anywhere near it. You know what? Honestly, one of my all-time favorite things to go back and listen to, and more so since he's passed, is the fucking first episode was Forbes' fucking
Number one.
odd shoes. It fucking ends me. It's this little pause, just that little well, because they're different sizes. It fucking
It's still the funniest thing.
fucking ends me every time I hear it.
And
I think part of it's possibly down a little bit, excuse me, nostalgia and missing the guy.
Yes,
and
aye.
another part of it's just fucking. It will never cease to be funny.
Exactly, but I think as well that also was like a great launching pad for the show because if we'd started off then without that happening, you'd be like, oh yeah, there's like just three guys fucking speaking
So
shit.
here we go,
But I
another
think
fucking
that was
podcast
so
about
funny.
cunts.
Yeah.
We were like, holy fuck. And people heard, like, this is the next one, you know, and it really kind of got us going. So Ken Forbes' Jews, he was a real kind of foothold in getting us like.
Pioneer.
Exactly, yeah,
I
pioneer.
listened to like because this started like
There was because they're different sizes.
that's why he's there. Like you know,
That's fucking genius.
Rory Forbes. He's a pal of his, and I told him I said "Look, Forbes is living in my house, and he's like, and he got like a bit of morose about it. And I'm like, like I'm not taking a piss at him. Like he's there because he's in the logo.
But we are a bit. We are, but
we are
that's
taking a piss, but
that is exactly
We
how
are a
we
bit,
were
but
with
that
it.
exactly,
That's
but that's what he
exactly
was
what
used to.
those shows where like kind of like he wasn't on.
Yeah.
But he was still posting the stuff on Facebook, and I go, "Miss you, mum," and then you'd start fucking dying. I go,
Oh, no.
Is anyone doing this? You go, "If ever I need a Lurch's in joke button,"
Oh,
and he'd be
no.
dying. And like,
Ruined.
there's a couple of shows that I've listened to where I'm like, "Fit is the in joke."
Oh,
Fit is the in joke. 'Cause I
really?
don't get what the in joke is. Because like there's a few for like Forbes' Pink's going on about like a who, and like what does that mean? Like what does that mean? Because I started doing it, and then me and Maynard started doing it. Because
That's
like,
right, aye.
because I used to look at Maynard and go, "Who?"
How did that start exactly?
But it's like I've heard a couple where I'm like, I don't care what the fucking in joke is, but I really really can. Like, and I thought about messaging you, I'm like, I don't fucking get.
I've got no idea. I've got no fucking clue, eh?
No idea.
It is. It's funny as fuck.
The fact that we've been able to grow up, like, if only him,
You might have.
I know, if only him have heard me, like,
Well, we've caught you through your fucking like teenage, well not teenager, but your
Almost.
20s, kind of
Aye.
like onwards. You see,
like
you know,
I've
so-
grown and I've
because
gone,
you were like the kind of main chaos goblin back then.
Finish serving their time, is it?
Kind of.
Beautiful. Glorious moment. When it's like he's a man on his own now.
I feel like I can kind of come on here and maybe a cunt on him there. Like before, when I come on, I'm like, I really need to compete because you were funny, Pink was funny.
I like that. You were funny. Thanks.
Okay, Steve, you're still.
And poor Pink used to get pissed off because you come in and like you just like, oh, what's up? And steamrolled. There was like fucking, there was like pretzels and there was.
I really
like,
hope that like so. See when I really hope that Pink hasn't taken my meanness to heart.
I don't
'Cause
think he
it's-
has.
because
no.
it's not.
He
it wasn't-
hasn't, but
it
I
wasn't-
think-
it wasn't himself personally that I didn't find funny. I think I think in the later sort of years, on reflection, I don't find that kind of humor funny. Like being just basically mean to people. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm as fucked off with the world right now that it's like we don't need that. We don't just there's just fucking we just don't need to be mean to people apart from Chris Mack.
Yeah, he can get
By the
fucked
way,
out.
I listened to all of that on the fucking the 250. That's as far as I got offshore and the internet cut out. I was like, what the fuck? But still,
You should
like
hear
we
that
don't-
show. Holy
yeah,
fuck.
It's just I don't know. I feel like we can still be funny without being particularly hurtful to people. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think the world needs more of that because right now, we went through this phase in the early 2000s of shock humor where it was like people shitting on stuff and all sorts of weird, bizarre stuff, and then it evolved into just being kind of mean to people. And I'm like, we need to get past that. Humor needs to be more about just making people laugh and everyone enjoying it.
Exactly.
You know, and I now see, like for a while there, I was looking at like the likes of Jim Carrey thinking this guy's lost the fucking plot. But now I'm looking at him through different lens, and I'm thinking,
He's so
You know what?
switched on.
Yeah.
Like, he's trying to.
the guy's just like he's seen the light, and he's like, oh, this needs to change.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah, you're right.
Mad, eh?
Exactly. But the thing was, I think as well, though, is that the DHB back then as well, too, kind of, the way the humour kind of fell, it kind of hit the different demographics.
It was bizarre because, like, I watched it.
Yeah.
Like,
See, right, I honestly, looking back at the kind of humor we had, right, part of it is like, it's fucking hilarious, right? It's,
Yeah, oh
it's
God,
fucking-
yeah.
it's
Still funny.
still funny.
Still funny,
It's still
exactly, yeah.
But I'm also very much like, would I fuck say that now?
No, exactly, yeah.
I'm like, oh my
Like,
god, who's
there's
that
no
guy?
way that any of the three of us could achieve any kind of political career
I can't.
because
I
we'd be
can't
fucking
believe-
ruined.
I can't believe I have a job.
I know.
Luckily, we prefaced a lot of the shows by being like, yeah, this is all just like a character, and
It's all for
it's
humor's
not- it's
sake,
not
you know,
real.
like,
It's not
I think
real.
there- I
We're ad-libbing.
I think there's so many people that sit around and it's like, what is up? Can like they'll look at stuff and like
yes,
I think this is
exactly.
where like hate groups come from because like, oh, well, my fucking opinion is valid also.
Yeah,
but,
exactly.
and then it comes to that shit.
Twitter is a fucking hive of that. So what I don't get right now is like the amount of people who are like, oh, Elon's buying Twitter. Yes, freedom of speech. And then he's gone like, well, you know, it's my platform. And I essentially have bought it with the intention of rescuing it because it's going down the gutter. So he's sacked a heap of people. And folk were like, what are you doing? And he's like, well, it's a business decision.
Yeah.
And then it's like people have been attacking him. So he's like, well, fuck you then. It's my toy. Fuck off. and people are like, you said it was free speech. And it's like, doesn't matter.
Well, he
He's
said
still-
he goes,
it's like-
it's free speech, but then if you're posting his exact movements, the way his plane
even
moves,
that, right? See,
and where he is dot
I-
to dot,
I don't-
then surely like
Yeah.
no, fuck off, you can't do that,
I
you know.
don't care so much about that. What I think is it's like the amount of people that are surprised that this billionaire has bought a toy essentially for himself.
Essentially, yeah.
And he's doing exactly what I would do if I was a billionaire and bought that. Like I'd be like, fuck you. like, it's like, but I get where people are coming from. Like, oh, you said free speech. Well, tomorrow he says, right? It's still his at the end of the day. It's his ball.
I think the
and you're not
thing-
going to play with it. End of story.
I
This
think
is
the thing that
part of
we've
the
managed
DHB
to-
that I love. This
The more
Like-
serious chats.
Like, no, like just fits current
Yes, aye.
because it does kind of put us in a time capsule, but at the same time, it's like we
I
need.
like that. I've never considered that before.
No,
It
you're,
is-
that's a good
everything
point.
that
Yeah.
we've talked about is kind of like a time capsule for the time and how
It's a
we
very good
feel.
point.
And I would love if we could do shows like fuck on live and all that kind of shit, and like being stressed to go on Twitch and all that. If we can just sit and just yap,
Yeah.
like I don't care. That, like I do not even notice that this is in front of me.
Uh-huh.
Just like the yap.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But we
Because we're getting old. Scott.
we could do
We're
like
getting really
well,
old.
why don't we then? How about then we do like a sideshow? That's I say
As long
sideshow,
as
like,
we can sit here, because I think the ones that I didn't call it the dark years, but like the lean years,
Yes,
where it wasn't a place that we could be.
exactly. Yeah,
It was-
it was nomadic. if you
Like,
will, a
because
little
I
bit, yeah.
even I got like, oh
No
fuck,
man's land.
like I got the
There
point
was
where
lots of
even-
Skype calls and lots of like fucking bedrooms here and
You know
there,
what
and
it was?
occasionally
The
shopping.
show,
You know,
the
and
show
stuff.
was homeless. That's all
It
it
was
was.
It
The show
was
homeless.
good point. Yes,
Yeah.
good point. Now
With-
it
with
was
nowhere-
homeless for a while.
nowhere to
Yes, aye.
I got to the point where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, just
Yeah.
because it wasn't this. Because like
Yeah,
the first one that I like, because I come off after I moved to Bucksburn. Cheers for going back to that. Who's that time that you come here?
I know that was gold.
Sausage breath message. It's like, aye, good evening. Somebody just showed up here. I think you still live here. First time she's spoken in like 2
She's
years.
still there.
Fucking gold. Absolutely ace it. Oh, you just go to Lurch's. I never is. And that's
Where's
that's-
that?
The problem was the show was homeless. I had no idea.
It was,
Yeah.
yeah, homeless, exactly.
It's
Brilliant.
this, like,
It was
I
fucking
had
gold.
spoken to her for 2 years. Like, our sitcom was just at the door asking for you. Like, what? Was that a bailiff? This, it's like being able to just like us sit here, like, without the relegations of Skype and all that
It's
kind of
not
stuff.
about
and be-
trying to entertain. It's more about just like having a real
Yeah,
chat.
us hanging out.
Exactly,
Because
yeah.
if you listen to certain shows, like I've listened to a lot of them, and I like having them on because I like.
Sorry to hear that.
No,
I know exactly.
I like having them on because
I
it's,
know what some of them are.
kind of
Oh, I
like
can't do it. I can't go back.
I reckon like
I should do, but
so we get like from 0 to 50 they're about an hour,
yeah,
then from 50 to 100
Yes,
they're like
aye.
an hour and a half to 2,
yeah.
and then from 100 to now they're like 3 hours.
2 to 3 hours. Yeah,
Yeah,
They're pretty
Mhm.
good. Like,
But there is some shit you can trim off, like. But I think even that's funny because you sit here and you go like you feel part of it. Like it's weird to have the memories of like. I remember sitting there, but now I'm hearing it. Like I remember sitting in that chair.
True.
My memory's fucked.
Well,
So listening back to some of the old stuff, I'm like, I don't remember that.
Yeah.
So there's some stuff. Sometimes I've occasionally listened to our old shows, and I'm like, I don't even remember doing that. It's pretty cool. In one respect, in another respect, I'm like, how bad is my memory? My memory. How bad's my
your
memories
memories.
getting?
Your memories. Yes.
Oh, mama.
He's not looking at their memories, by the
How
way.
bad's
Just
my
watch your
memory
tits.
getting? Yeah, like I must admit, I feel like my memory is getting a lot worse.
My plan for this one was because I thought like Nino's got nothing to speak about. Like I had like miserable Christmas memory because I was like I'm not gonna lie, like I am depressed.
I know. We shouldn't laugh. I know.
Like this time of year, I'm like depressed as fuck. I'm like, oh, where's that? I'm gonna cut myself a slice of that cake. I was like, I'm gonna speak it. I'm just gonna bring it down because I liked from the start that I could give you a bit. Well, like, can we talk about something serious? Because if you listen to like podcasts that are current now, there is a serious bit,
Yes, I.
and it is the bit where you go. You log in. You
But
really
I think for
log
me
in.
the hard part was I was so used to the DHB just being like that 2 hours there we spent are just chaos. That was to me the DHB was like just fucking chaos. And it still is the thing. But when you said right, can we bring in this more serious point here and there? I thought yeah, cool, and it worked. And there were sometimes it was like it
it
seemed
felt
abrupt.
forced.
at
It felt
times.
forced because
At
I was
times,
like, okay, this is what I end. Because I know when
Aye.
you're like, right,
Yeah,
I'm a lot to
you
press
pick up
stop, but I'm like,
exactly,
right, let's keep this going. Can I ask you a serious question?
Yes, exactly.
And then like, I think the ones where it's been in, like the one where, for it's just you and me, and we spoke about Forbes. That's
Yes,
really good.
aye.
Like, I would have
Yeah.
loved if you were here, so I could have
Oh,
got your
God,
fucking
aye.
take of it.
That would be good.
Because these fuckers that listen, so sorry for calling you fuckers. Now I remember this microphone.
If there's
Yes,
anyone
it does.
even there.
Like
There is actually about 7 viewers right now. as well,
like,
too,
I remember
Must have
like
fallen asleep at the computer.
That's it.
I know that they've grown up with us too. They've gone through their
Yes.
own shit, but they listen to us, so they know us verbatim almost. Like they really fucking know us. Which
Oh,
is,
aye.
They know what they hear of us.
well,
Yeah.
But the thing is that you say that though, but then they've heard of us speaking. The thing is, as much as you say, right,
they've heard me grow up almost.
well, essentially, yeah,
And
but
they've
they've
heard
also
yous grow
they've
up.
spent like 11 years, 12 years now, nearly, of us telling our stories. So they probably know us better than a lot of our friends know us because we tell everything
better
on
than
the
my work
shows.
colleagues.
Exactly, yeah. So listeners who've been
it's his turn now.
yeah, so listeners who've been there from like day
bottom
one
burped.
will know more about us collectively than, and that's why when you meet these folk, they're like, oh my god, yeah, and they speak to like their old friends because we are essentially because we've told the way we interact here on the show with like old friends like telling stories, they're part of it too.
I was
going
going to tell you
I feel
like
there's a bit of Finding Nemo going on where they're like, oh yeah, you're the clownfish, be funny.
oh, at
there's
times,
a
yeah,
lot
there's
of
a
that.
lot of
There's
times,
a
yeah.
lot of that.
I'm just
You must get worse being the shop though, because you're like front and face.
I am a place where people can come and see me.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
But there is
we are
times-
not, thankfully, you know. But
No, there is times when they come in and they're like, fuck it, I'm nearly
tell a joke.
and the humor, aye.
like, but then I have switched it on. Like, I'll see somebody come in and I'm like, I'll go switch it on.
Do you
So
get like a wee kind of like ping saying, "Oh, you're a fucking DHB"?
I'll switch
kinda-
it on, but then if I know the customer that is in before them, like Joel,
You gotta choose your audience.
there's a guy comes in, Joel, Joel who's bought a couple of t-shirts. He comes in, and he come in before a couple of weeks ago, and Shelley with the belly come in, and I start
Shelley with the belly.
I started tearing into Shelley. I like started fucking tearing into
Oh,
her.
for fuck's sake!
And Joel was in with his good lady, right? But I think his good lady was like, "What the fuck kind of shop is this? Why is somebody speaking to his customers like that?"
I know.
And Joel's like, "Oh, this is great," but like his fucking missus was like, "Well, a couple of kebabs." I'm like, "Shelley, get fucking shop, man. It's the first time you smile today."
probably on mum's net. Oh, he's listening in.
Oh god, indeed. Mum's net's the worst.
But they've kind of they've listened to us, and they can go back and listen to us in those time capsules. like I
Yes,
said.
aye.
Yeah,
But I enjoy them.
Oh, aye.
I think I enjoy them the most because I can remember the first time I listened to like fucking muscular meerkat.
So how was it that you kind of got into the show initially? But before you came on the show, how did you know about Hubert? Was it through Chuckles or was it through like?
That's something I'd like to hear from all listeners.
Yeah,
So if
exactly.
there's
Yeah,
anyone
like
there
how
in
did
the
you
chat
find the
room-
show and how did you hear what we did? Because you had gone from being like when I first met you like properly, it was like
It
I
was at
think
my
we were
granda's house.
exactly yeah.
It was at my granda's house.
We're laying the
right?
patio, and you made me fucking hee-haw laughing. To this day, I'll remember the line because, like, Paulie and I, like, Chuckles and I had spent the whole day like, moving slabs in through a small kind of alleyway.
He said, "Be there at 10
and Lurch
o'clock."
had said,
and I'm
"Oh."
like, "Oh, I'll fucking be there." But it was 2 buses away.
Chuckles had said, like, don't worry, my brother's coming to give us a hand, so we'll have three people here, you know. But he didn't come to, like, so he finally arrived, but we'd, like moved them all already.
The blister.
There was, like, 2
Turns
left.
up after all the work's done.
Aye. So there was 2 slabs left. He's like, a slab, here we go, through it goes. So that was fine. But it was all done, right? So we get in the car.
Helping.
We get in the car to leave, right? After getting this stuff to do.
He took
And
us
he's
him in his like
like-
big truck. I'm even he had a big
I'm
truck.
driving, right? Chuckles is to my left. He's in the back seat. All I hear from him is like, oh, fucking hell. I'll sleep tonight. And I broke down laughing because Chuckles was like, he was raging, right?
I'm not sure what would have been funnier, that happening, or as you can just imagine.
Fucking, he was raging, and I was in tears. And I'm driving the truck, like, oh fucking hell, like this is like I'll sleep at night, like fucking hell. So then it was like I think it was like shortly after then you got the shop going, and that was something well too. And then I'd come in, I'd come in the shop with
You were going to do my
Chuckles.
website as well,
That's right.
right? So I bought like either lurchmonster.co.uk or the Tilly Butcher or both,
I think both, yeah.
and I didn't know how to do a website. And Scott, my brother said, "Oh, Scott's good with WordPress. He'll do your website."
Good old WordPress.
So I gave it to Scott, right? And like he took forever to fucking do it.
It wasn't the best. To be honest with
He
you.
took a while
know
to
what?
do it,
I tried, but it wasn't the best.
I used to.
but it was good.
It wasn't the best.
But it was good because you put like different fonts.
Different
So, like I'd seen like
fonts,
different
that's
fonts. I'm like, oh, I quite like that font. And he put it up, but like I was nipping his heat after a while because like, oh, it's my brother's Paul. I'll just fucking piss at him because I remember the first
Yeah,
time.
that's right.
I
aye.
remember the first time like when I was out getting pissed with work. I never used to drink. I didn't touch alcohol until I was on DHB.
Oh, okay.
That's right, yeah. Fuck.
Is that what we drove you to?
I was
Exactly, yeah.
teetotal. I'm
Fucking
like,
hell.
oh, I knew
It
about
was our fault.
encouragement here. So I used to like if I was having a night out with work, I would go up to Seoul.
I'm sorry, it's so difficult to have this conversation. What a fucking eyebrows on.
Sorry.
You're making me paranoid for fuck's sake.
I was speaking to him.
I know. This painted on fucking massive brows.
I used to go up to Seoul and I would get because like my brother I was said, do not stand in a taxi rank, you'll get knifed to death. I'm like, all right.
That's twice now. That was me.
It's Abdi's done it now. I've done it as well. I did it when I was 4 in pink. I spilled. Oh no! It comes like, oh no! I'll wait till he's back because he's my best
He's,
audience.
he's ruined it away. Holy fuck. He's washing his face.
You'll get knifed to death.
He got knifed to death.
My
I
brother,
fucking knows.
my brother used to think I was like some delicate flower.
He did die.
He's done it, and I'm like, but I'm going to go stand at the one at Market Street. He's like, oh no, because that's like the most notorious one, right?
I've got. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
So-
of all the stabbings I know of, Market Street taxi rank's the worst.
So I went there the first night I ever had. I went there and I went there with a bag of Revels. And I'm like, fucking, right, let's have a Revel. If I ever gets a coffee and gets a fucking taxi last.
All it takes is the wrong guy to get the coffee and you're getting knifed.
You're getting knifed
well,
exactly.
But
Aye,
when I was
fucking
there,
hell.
like, I'm like third in the queue and I'm stood there and I'm like, well, should I get a kebab? Because I'm like, fucking, I'm sober, but I reckon, like, Abdi also got kebabs.
Kebabs are magic at that time of the morning.
I remember
The one
back
that was
then.
on, the one that was on Market Street, the yellow building, that you go and you go, can I get a kebab? And you're like, oh yes, you want salad
Yeah.
and sauce? And you're like, £2. And you're like, oh, brilliant. But it's like they used to do chicken doners, and like a
Oh, aye.
chicken doner is better than a chicken kebab
It's wonderful.
because it's thigh meat.
All right.
Oh, and it's on the spit like a doner is, and it's fucking amazing. So I was stood in this fucking taxi rank with a bag of Raffles offering it to folk, and I'm like,
Sorry, just so you know, the Coops is posting in the group chat in the Twitch chat saying McFlurries are in order.
oh, brilliant.
What?
Why the fuck is she? I'm like fucking Stonehaven McDonald's.
Exactly. Like,
Like,
they'll be water when they get here, for fuck's sake.
Boys, we're
Bernie
going to
Healy
hit
eating on
cough
that-
up a bit more money, and that's for the
Better
price
hear
of
the
petrol.
heating on in the car. Eh?
So, I was stood there and like I was third in the queue, and then like some fucking wifey and her ma showed up. Bearing in mind that the wifey was like 60 and her mom was like 80, and oh, mom, what you doing? She just went.
You're kidding me.
I'm like, oh.
knifed.
No, but I'm going, this is why my brother telling me to stand here. This is this. Right? She just fell over. She's like, Mom, what you doing? Oh, no. And like in front of me, there was like college students.
Did you try your hand?
Did you have a sniff?
I was in my Johnny Cash phase then, so I was like on block. And I was doing karaoke singing a boy named Sue. and I-
CPR.
Oh, right. So the fucking the cunts that were at the head of the queue, like, oh, we're college students. Let's put her in the fucking taxi first. And I'm like, whoa. She never hit a fucking ramble. What's going on here? And she got in the taxi and she went, huh? Fell out again. I'm like, are you in a fucking laugh here? This is why my brother tells me to come here. So every night out that I had from then, it was always like, when you're a kid, you go like 18 to 22, you're out like most nights.
Oh, aye.
maybe. Like I was out like every 6 months just from work was out. And then I used to go up to Seoul because my brother was there.
That's
And I'm
right.
like, I'm not standing in that fucking taxi right again. Fucking all cunts that follow get taxis are for me. So I'd go up to Seoul and I would get my brother's keys and go to his house because he bed in the tune.
Aye.
And I remember the first
And
time I
then
went-
and then we finish work and we go to the kebab shop, and your brother would buy like 2 full bags, like
Aye, the
like
cunt wouldn't share me.
4 or 5 kebabs, like
you're
4
sitting
or
there
5
thinking,
chips and cheese.
Must be for the loon.
Well, he would say, "Oh, I'm buying for Liam because he's coming tomorrow. We'll share it." He never saw a fucking chip.
I love it. I love nothing more than a cow kebab.
I was going to say, exactly.
You
Yeah.
have to have it
Being
two
a
buses.
butcher and all, you must
Yeah.
really appreciate that call
Oh,
meat.
2 buses or it's
But
Have I
Chuckles,
got a pack of smokes there, Steve?
Chuckles told me that it was early on. I think my first kind of met you as well too. Was like Chuckles had referred to you and said, "Oh, Liam thinks you're was it? He calls you the funny speaking pal." He says, "How's your funny speaking pal?"
I think
I'm really struggling here, boys. I need to share this information because it's fucking my head, right?
Oh,
So this soundboard, everything up until the halfway point is this way up.
okay.
Right, all the headphone signs, the speakers, all the writing, 1
Yes,
2s,
okay.
4s, 1L. Then you get over the microphone inputs, and they're upside down.
I know it fucked with my OCD as well. Like it really fucking annoyed me as well. I'm like, but apparently we can have so there is see how the head fuck me. The fucking listeners are loving this now.
Loving it, man.
See where the headphones are.
Yes.
There's 2 spaces for speakers.
Okay, yes.
Apparently we can have a speaker on here, and the microphones when I pick them up if we
Really?
set settings on here. Noise
Because I was worried about the speaker being here that would broadcast what we're saying.
first time that
but
you
get
did it.
picked back up again by the microphones and broadcast to those who are.
Out there in the real
there's a
world.
setting on there to do it, right? So anyway,
Really?
We should
Okay.
do that instead of the headphones.
I know.
I think it would be better.
Well, do you think so? Because I think for me the headphones are better for monitoring levels, so I can keep things kind of.
think-
Because
no.
at times, like you said, like
Well, I think in terms of the
I think
guest
you should
headphones,
have headphones.
for guests, maybe yes, I
Yeah.
Because
microphone-
you're the engineer, you should have
Aye,
headphones.
I
But
think
I
so.
think the
Engineer.
time that you
No, he's got
had
points. I have to deal with the fucking levels. Here you see, so it's
the time that you had the plugged-in speaker on the table when we were
Yes,
doing
aye.
it, I'm like, that's really good. You're like, oh, but it picks it up. And like,
it was picking up back in these exactly.
I
We
think-
get a feedback loop.
I think if we get like, because there's a low frequency one in there. There's a Steam Deck in there for you as well. So you can hear that Steam Deck. Remember the one that I tried to get you to use and it didn't work?
Steam Deck.
Nice.
That was for like switching shit. And you're like, oh, it doesn't work.
Oh,
just-
Stream
just
Deck.
button.
Steam
Sorry.
Deck, sorry. Aye,
I
named
was saying
Steam
Steam
Deck.
Deck. I'm like, fucking hell.
Boys,
man.
your face there getting
like,
That's a fair
jealous.
gift. That fucking hell. I've got one. I'm good.
So I used
I love it. I fucking love it.
I used to go up to
Cool,
Seoul.
like The Witcher looks good.
Oh, it's amazing.
Sorry.
I used to go up to Seoul and get my brother's keys and go to his house.
Yes,
Whereas
aye.
one time I went up there and it was you, my brother, and Ricker, and a couple of other
okay.
folk.
Yes, okay. Aye.
And everybody come in like, oh, it's my brother, and I'm shaking all these hands, and then Ricker come in like, oh, he's ginger, and I put my hand in my pocket.
That's right. That's right. Yes! It was gold.
And he was like, Oh, fuck you. But then I remember when I did start listening to the show, I can't mind how.
Fucking
Like-
Rickard. Mr. Moving to LA, by the way.
I know exactly. Yeah,
Motherfucker.
Rickard
I
was
really
funny as
went
fuck.
to do a
wasn't
show
he?
with him, or just
Oh,
get a
aye.
clip of him.
Get him on.
He was spot on. Like,
Ducking how I heard the show, but I remember my brother saying I face like a painter's radio,
yes, okay, aye.
and I'm like, "Where are you getting that for?" And then I think I slowly learned about it because you put Doghouse Studios on my website,
Oh, yes, okay,
and
aye.
I clicked on it, and it took me to the DHB, and I'm like, "Oh, fits this."
What's this?
Fits this little fucking
This
porn
comedy
secret.
gold.
Fits this little porn
That's right.
past.
Created by Doghouse Studios, right? Yeah, yeah.
I
yeah.
think the first one I heard was maybe Maynard's, which was a Halloween, so I think it's number 40. And that is the one where you phoned.
I know exactly.
Rain
fucking
Man.
know.
No, I've heard him recently. I think that's the one where you phoned the zombie expert.
The zombie expert.
Like, I've heard that, and I'm like, I would have dealt with that a completely different way. I
Would
would have kept it. I would have kept it because Pink's like, so can you fuck a zombie in the mouth? And I'm like, I wouldn't ask him that. I would have like built up to that.
Yes, I can have built a bit more
Because he's
towards
like,
that.
oh, you're not serious, and he hung up.
Yes,
'Cause
that's
I
right,
think,
Dan.
Gail Porter
What are you on
Austin-
about? Pink's hilarious.
I think, see, with Pink, right? It's
what?
it's
Am I wrong now, am I?
No,
no,
no, not at all, not at all.
I think it's fucked up. Like me and Pink, like he come into the shop.
So mean, I'm sorry. I do actually like you.
Pink,
I
listen,
do,
Pink,
exactly.
Pink, listen, please. When he came into the shop like first.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
Like, use his real name now. Or what's the deal there?
No,
It's
no,
still
no,
Pink,
no,
yes. He still
It is
wants to be
Pink.
Pink, yes.
It is very much Pink, and he's in a cell in the gulag.
In the gulag.
All right. What's that all about?
The reason why he's been off the show for so long is he's been in the gulag, you see.
Right.
This is the narrative we're going to see, you know, so that
Right.
he's been in the gulag, that he appeared in 250 because he managed to get a mobile phone
Out
Yeah,
of
yeah.
Chris
Hidden-
McDonald's
hidden,
arse.
hidden a jacksie.
Somebody's arside.
Exactly. Could
Big
phone in.
wink.
Big wing, exactly. So
He'll be
so
back.
that's why you'll see like Peter Pink's avatar on Facebook has got the bars over it because it's the gulag, you see. You know?
I
So,
see.
yeah.
I see.
Since
I'm not on Facebook.
Oh, of course you're not. That's right. You got it.
Deactivated
good
over
for
2.5 years
Yeah,
ago.
fucking
I have
right, yeah.
not
Good for
looked
you.
back. Honestly, it's made my life's way better without it. Because the amount of fucking pish you see on there, and the shit that used to stress. I don't know why it used to stress me out.
Well, see, I was the same for a while there, but then
Amount of
I
people-
changed my settings so that I stopped kind of viewing the news feed because it was just bullshit.
Okay.
And people complaining. But if folk if folk
government
well, if folk my friends who were posting shit, they would get muted. So we're still friends, but I can't see your shit anymore, you see. That was fine. And it made it far better. But for me, like with Doghouse Dad, Doghouse Bastards, but my ADHD brain, like jumping between them things, it's like I need to like pump things out, like be it written work or be it audio work or blah, blah. And Facebook's a good platform to spread this kind of shit around because it's quite still massive, you know, still, despite its faults, it's still massive. So, but when it comes to like general scrolling, I don't really scroll much anymore on Facebook.
No, I didn't either because
I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so
it's like somebody that you follow an advert, somebody you
yeah.
follow an advert.
So for me, like Facebook is like I'll post a thing and like try and be funny and try and give people a laugh if need be, and that's cool.
I only look at the people that broke my heart. Why didn't it work?
Like I've dumped Instagram because Instagram now for me is pretty shit. It's like it's gone from being like a picture or an image kind of sharing site to being here's like we're trying to be TikTok basically, you know. TikTok's great. I love TikTok, you know, but Instagram is trying to be the same way, and they fucked over the way that it was before. I'm like, I'm done with that shit. You see?
think,
So-
My favorite thing about Instagram is the amount of people who are like, "This is me. I'm being so real." With their like posed for shit and their fucking, they've probably hired a fucking private jet on the ground for photos and shit like that. Just the amount of folk who are like, "Oh yeah, you gotta be real and this is real life and look at me, I'm amazing and fuck off."
Oh,
you know, I've got pictures of my cats being arseholes, occasional pictures of my kid, and people who aren't my friend can get fucked. They're blocked.
I use Instagram as a photo album for me now.
yeah.
Like, if I like putting my camera on and filming me playing guitar. For
I like
me.
those.
I put
Yes.
them on for me because. So, remember Baynard, the episode called
Of course.
Maynard, right? It was for me and Maynard were doing impressions. Or Maynard was doing an impression of me, doing an impression of him, doing an impression of me. That's right. And then at the end, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna fucking play a song. But like, because it was a really fucking funny show, I'm like,
Yeah.
the thing that kept going through my head was, because I had a guitar there, I'm like, oh, I'm not play a fucking song. But the thing that kept going through my head was like, didn't I do it serious because it'll just kill it? I'm like, do something funny. So I'm like, play it really shit. Right? I like play it really shit because there's a Freddie start. Like my grandma had Jethro and Chubby Brown videos, and I think that's where a lot of my humor comes from. Is that because I remember I was at my granddad's house one time and he shut back curtains and he shut front curtains.
All sorts of stuff they've done.
And he's like, watch this. And it was Jethro, the Beast of Bodmin Moor. And it was just this guy that got up and says, right. And he's macaroni, he's pissed, but he's nice. He goes, right, what happened was, right? And he started
Jethro's
just like,
comedy is fucking good. That's
aye.
That guy's clearly got a good bit of intellect about him before he's pulling that shit off.
Oh, of
he's
course.
a farmer and he died a year ago, 2
Did
days
he?
ago.
Really? Fucking
And
hell.
it fucking, like, between him and Rick Mail, that is the two deaths that have really, like, made me go,
Aye.
I need time to grieve. But my granddad showed me that, and I was 10, and I remember being in the playground at primary school, reciting it to people, and folk didn't get it, and I was doing it verbatim.
sake.
One of my all-time favourite jokes is Jethro, and it's about him taking this woman home and getting her fucking drawers off, and a fucking this fish falling on the floor.
Oh,
And
right.
the pun is, what's a place like you do a girl
no.
like this?
So-
It's fucking...
I can't this verbatim. He goes, right, so a boy goes, you're right, man. So
What's a place like you do a girl like this? That's fucking ace.
There's another one. He goes, right, Denzel, he went out on a fishing trip, and his wife was having problems with pregnancy. So he goes in to see the doctor. She says, go into the doctor and see him first. Get me results and come back. So he goes in, the doctor says, right, she's got an inadequate passage. And if she has a baby, it'll be a miracle. He's right. I've got to get this straight. She's got an inadequate passage. And if she has a baby, it'll be a miracle. He's like, right. So he goes on a fishing trip for 3 days. And he's pissed for 4 of them. And then he gets home and she goes, fit the doctor. She says, right, you've got a haddock in your passage. And if you have a baby, it'll be a mackerel.
One of my favorite Jethro jokes was like about meeting a girl in the street. It was like, oh, I'll do anything for you for £200. And he's like, oh, great. Come home and paint my house.
This used to be my favorite time of year because Jethro DVD and a Chubby Brown DVD would come out and buy them both.
I love Chubby
I
Brown.
struggle with Chubby Brown.
I do now because his recent stuff.
He's a lot more like. My favorite Chubby Brown is where he's in the cassettes. I actually bought a cassette deck to go in a stereo because he's in social clubs.
Aye.
And a lot of them are really funny because it's got to be like really quick. Because
The older Chubby Brown was great stuff. It was fucking quick. It was fast. It was boom. It was funny. Yeah. But like a pal of mine was like, "Oh, you should check out his new stuff." I'm like, "I'll give that a try."
It's a lot more racist now, but I think he's catering to the only cunts that are coming to see him now.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I've been to see him 3 times, and the thing that annoys me is like the woke movement going, "Oh, don't go see him. He's fucking misogynistic. He's sexist." I'm like, "All right, that's why you're going to see him." He's like, "Oh, he just picks on the disabled."
Yeah, it's supposed to be tongue in cheek, yeah.
Can you unplug that? I'm going to go for a pee actually, Mama.
Yeah. So he when I went to see him, it was like, oh, you can't go and fucking you can't go and see him because he just picks on disabled folk. The 3 times I've gone to see him at a music hall.
You know why that is? They can't run away.
Well, the 3 times I've gone to see him,
Sorry.
you cannot get front row or second row or third row because
Disabled seats are sold out.
it is for disabled seats. And it is people in wheelchairs. Yeah. And like he comes and he says, I'm sorry I'm late coming on. I was driving the Smuzzy bus here to all these fucking slivering cunts here. Fucker loved it for I'm under the curb. You went, yeah. I'm like, what the fuck?
But then again though, Chubby Brown though as well, like you said, exactly. Yeah, it's good because it's like what we do. Like we mock a lot of things, but it was more inclusive. Like for example,
It's inclusive. It's tongue in cheek, man. I fucking mean it. We're only saying it to raise a laugh.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
people
Yeah.
Raise an eyebrow.
Aye. Oh fuck.
But the problem is,
Imagine raising that eyebrow. Fuck no. But it's
there'll be a
like
wind draft. knock you back in your fucking chair.
We're doing it for a laugh because
Right, you can't fucking jam with a piss. Fucking hell.
there's
Right,
nae,
watch
there's,
out, I'm gonna
there's
fucking-
nae enough laughter in the world anymore. Right?
No, is there fuck? Everything's depressing as fuck.
So, if you had to pick from maybe like, do you listen to old shows? Fuck me, Scotty. How much time do you want to get?
Look, I've got like 3 inches to go.
State of this
Fucking
fat
pitching
country out here.
that.
Oosh, right in the bars.
Your fucking eyebrows are up there already. Pitching that kitchen sink. Between
Sorry, yeah.
the shows that you've been on,
Yeah.
if you listen to a lot of them,
No.
no.
I struggle to listen back to myself.
Why your voice?
Yeah.
My voice was
Partially
the
that,
reason.
and partially, I listen back to it, and even though I think it's still funny, I'm like, oh, I shouldn't have said that. There's a lot of it. I'm like, oh, fucking hell, I'm gonna get sacked. So I just don't listen.
I get to the point where I'm like, you should have said this instead of that.
You know what worries me? There's a lot of people in my life now. I'm like, oh, if they hear this, they're gonna hear kind of the real me, and that's gonna cause trouble. they're gonna know where my mind's at, and that's not good.
I think like we're more kind of real. We're real when we're together.
Yeah.
But I think it's shit that we can't be real in general. Can like
Yeah.
all the time. It's
Yeah.
fucking bullshit.
Like there's so many times at my work they'll be having like deadly serious conversations, and I come up with fucking amazing puns, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh, fuck! I can't say it. Like it's just fucking."
When I listen to the old shows, right? I've listened to a lot of them, and like when you would kind of derail a joke.
I love that.
I know, like it's great. It's like I was like, so the way I looked at
Someone
it,
tells a pun, I just go, I don't get it.
or you deconstruct it. You would like deconstruct it and go,
What do you mean by that?
have that bit back because deal with that, please. But the best thing was, you used to break Pink, and he seemed like the one that you couldn't break. So like, when I come on, I'm like, I really need to break Pink because he seems like the one that doesn't fucking laugh.
Yeah.
So when you would deconstruct a joke and hand it back, and when you would hear Pink just in the microphone, like with the delay going, ha, ha, that was the best, right? And there was a lot of times that you did that. You'd be like, oh, I don't get it. And you'd be like, oh, fucking wise up. Oh. And like that element of him, it was like the bounce off between the three years was amazing. But because you had kind of similar-ish backgrounds in the sense of like door work and offshore work and
Hating life.
hating life. It was that sort of like you used to live together. It was like that group together. And I'm like, right, I'm a butcher. Like, user, fucking hell. That's why they call him Stinky Pete. Oh, fucking hell, Steve.
Pete.
I mean, for, like, I think it was the first couple of shows I was on. Steve used to fart and cup him in my face. And I'm like, oh.
Honestly.
He's the worst kind of bastard.
And, well, I'll tell you what, they're not nearly as bad nowadays that I've sorted my food sensitivities out.
You made a rare joke
Years
tonight,
back.
yeah.
Oh, that's fucking. Well, that's the thing,
That's why
right?
he's
So,
stinking.
so tonight I've had. What have I had? I've had the cake with the wheat flour and all that. That's why I'm fucking stinking. Tracy wasn't joking when she said I'm not supposed to have wheat flour.
Have you noticed in the past 10 years as you've gotten older that
Bad posture. Yes.
well, I know your posture's that to do your
Grey
skinniness
hairs,
is to
yes.
do with skinniness.
Getting fatter. Yes.
What's the worst thing about getting older that you have noticed?
Oh God, so
That's
okay.
a tough one because over these years we've gone from being single carefree men to having wives, family, other responsibilities,
As a side note, what you
health
think?
issues, weight gain.
I
And
will
that's-
tell you one of the worst things for me as well. It's
I
like,
look up to you two
Oh, no.
because no, in the sense that you have created families. No, but these have created families, and it's like something to aspire to. Because like the one thing that I've fucking set fire to books for on Christmas Day is like the whole wanting to aspire to something, and the fact that you have gone from being the fucking DHB, the men hating the he-men woman haters club, to under the thumb that you are. No,
but then also,
Tracy.
that's it. But then I mean, it's like
it's a
for
beautiful
me,
thing I've watched. In my point of view, to have watched yous
Because we
families and
went
get
from
married
being
and
like,
all that
you
kind
know,
of stuff.
drunken young men who would just go out fucking whoring and drinking on weekends, and then, you know, fucking get together a podcast and drink more and whore more, and, you know, and like dance around in thongs and stuff, you
It
know.
was
and that was
like the therapy
God, I
sessions.
forgot about that. Exactly.
It was like the therapy
there was one
sessions
night-
that you needed.
Exactly, yeah, because there was one night even like Steve and I got drunk, and I convinced Steve to go and like, what's the fucking chat thing that they do? Like, it's like a you jump in a chat video,
Chat
like,
roulette, isn't it?
chat roulette thing, chat roulette. Sorry,
I went, right, I'm going for a piss.
Steve would just
stop it by
no
the time
go
I
far
come
away. So Steve would just like jump away into a fucking thong and like dance away in these chat roulettes with our dual cameras in the fucking old studio.
Yeah. Just,
I think for
why
me,
not?
it's like one of the hardest parts of getting older is, it's hard to say. Like, I suppose keeping the weight off is a big thing, you know, because I think as we get older, it's harder to keep the weight off, you know.
Fucking murder me.
It's murder, mate. You know, it's fucking. It's
I'm
like your
struggling-
body.
I'm
It's like
struggling
your
with-
body's like, fuck this noise. You know, I'm just gonna
No longer
tap it.
drinking
Can you
from
pass
the
me a beer
fountain
by
of
chance?
youth. Like there's an element of no longer having that youth on your side. Oh, that really didn't pan out well, did it? I was trying to
It
keep the
didn't
mic
pan
from-
out well. No, it's
Like,
fine.
Give me 2 seconds and we'll come
Right,
back
2
to
seconds.
this.
So I mean, because like you said, the fountain of youth thing was the whole kind of like, you never think you're going to get old, and then suddenly it happens, and you're like,
This is
what
it,
the
right? So
fuck?
and like in particular, my health issues brought on by A, having a stroke, and B,
Yes,
a
aye.
motorcycle accident has left me in a position where I just cannot be the man I used to be.
Yeah,
No matter how hard I try, it doesn't matter how much effort I put, it doesn't matter how deep I dig,
yeah.
there's nothing I can do that will bring me back to even remotely close to how I used to be.
That's the hard
And
part.
That's difficult, and it's hard. It's hard to
Yeah,
accept.
it must be surely.
Difficult to be like, well, this is it now.
Because for me, on a smaller scale, for me, it's like I blew my knee out nearly 2 years ago, and to this day, I'm still wearing a knee brace. I'm still suffering with like knee cramps and pains and hobbling
Jesus.
because I'm not healing anywhere near as quick as I used to before. You see, and
Have you thought about
that
taking
feeling where-
steroids?
it's that feeling where, well, also as well. I mean, again, for me, it was like in my younger days, like I was competing in like fucking top tier strongman. I was like
Fucking
like
second place all
Scotland's
the way.
strongest man. Exactly, you know, I was competing in that. I was, but for me, it was like
That's so mean. I'm sorry.
No,
That is
not at all, not at all.
That has been an ongoing joke for so
It has
long.
been, I know.
And I know exactly why you were getting second place, and it was nothing to do with the
Yeah,
fact
yeah,
that
yeah,
you
I
were
know,
second
yeah,
place.
exactly.
I
But
think
for
that,
me-
that should be addressed every time
I
because
know
it's not fair.
you're right. I know,
And,
but
and
I
had
think
this been a regular show, I wouldn't have even mentioned that.
No,
I would
no,
just
no.
called you second place. Now,
you're
wouldn't I?
right because it's a funny joke. It's a funny ongoing joke, but I think for me, it's like
I love the fact that we apologise now as well.
I know, right? But like for me, like getting older, it's that realization that you can't be like you were back then. So at one point, like I was squatting like 315 kilograms. I was deadlifting like
That's like one
200.
of Forbes' birds.
yeah, I know, right?
Is
I was
that photo-
deadlifting like fucking 200 plus kilograms.
The
You know-
photo that I've seen a lot of. There's a company a cowboy hat on, and there's you going with your guns.
That was
Is that used to?
us two. Yeah, yeah.
That's me, thin as fuck.
So that was back
You're
when.
youthful as fuck.
I
Yeah.
look like I was in Philadelphia.
So Steve and I were both living in the same flat back. But the old flat was, in fact, the studio was Steve's room, and
We were not on Skype to Coops.
we were, yeah. So
Oh, man.
Coops through the screen grab of us like going, "Hey!" at the camera, and it caught me with the guns and the
Yeah.
fucking and you with the Cuba. How it was, it was that was the thing. But back then, like I was saying to Steve, there, the thing that you feel the most loss for is like I know it's maybe kind of like it's how can I say this? It's
Well, you think I ken that we took the piss when we said it was the final one when you were moving to Old Meldrum. We're like, it's the final one, the sob story, and that kind of stuff. It was like, oh, that's it. It's never gonna happen again. And it's kind of fucked up that it stopped. That it just kind of. It was never the same until now. This year, I think this year we've kind of managed to get that magic back.
you're
again.
right. You're right.
But I think it's just sitting.
because for
We
me,
really need
like
to stop
moving to
blaming the
Meldrum.
boobs behind his back.
For moving,
I'm joking.
moving to Meldrum for me was like suddenly I was like, the studio was gone, and that broke my heart. As much as I love my life now, like having that space where we could get together as friends and just like fucking, there was a beer fridge, there was like fucking, there's like stramash, there was pretzels, there was nothing else left to,
Good times.
I fucking missed that. I missed that so much. And I missed that more than anything else, that we had a space.
I
so
felt
even though
kinda
we tried
guilty
keeping
for
the
that.
show going, no, it wasn't your fault, but even tried keeping the show going through Skype calls and through like the mobile fucking unit, but we could move around and it was fine. But it didn't feel the same. And it didn't feel like it was legitimate. And I think that's why I kind of feel away from recording so much, because like it's not the same. I don't feel the heart of it anymore. But since we've been here in your place, since you've made this space for us to come together, you feel again that kind of like this is our space. This is where we can be.
It's a home from home.
This is where we can be like the DHB. This is where we can do our thing. It's
home
fucking
from home.
Exactly. Yeah,
There's
yeah.
an
Like
energy.
So
exactly.
I think there's
Like,
a,
I enjoy coming here. Sorry to cut in there, but I enjoy coming here because I can see yourself. I can see Steve. I can see people in the flesh. I can be together with you guys. Skype's all well and good, and so Zoom and shit like that, but it feels heartless.
Yeah.
If you're in the flesh, you can go, fucking, here we are, boom, and we can chat. It's
Like
I'm
today,
making bullshit.
you better put this on at the end of this show. Just mark it a big one because it's Christmas time.
I think so. Yeah, we will do. We will
and
do.
the whole, because this is what the show should have been, but it was the fact that we were taking
know,
the piss at like Brady Bobby,
Fucking me.
your
For the
eyebrows.
whole fucking show,
And
me.
your eyebrows, but the fact that you were
Rowdy
there,
Bobby.
and I think it's like you can build off of our reaction in a look more than you can on Skype, because it's not quite the
Exactly.
same. Because the first one that I did back when I'm like, I'm gonna do this nightmare, fuck you. When I moved back here, was when the vegans attacked. And it was called Proceed to the Fist.
That's right. Yes.
Because we spoke about the vegan stuff, and then I'm like telling about my sexual escapades. I'm like, oh yeah,
Proceed to the
proceed to the fist. So
that was gold.
that one is good, but it would have been better. It was just you and me, and that was the time I told you that I was the cunt that spewed in your wedding.
Yes.
I spewed in the toilet.
Everyone knew.
Oh, everyone knew.
And then
Exactly, yeah.
fucking, his missus come fucking steaming at the room going,
Everyone fucking knew.
like, I'm fucking so glad I'm on Skype right now.
That was one of the best things. You fucking tell me it was funky dress.
I was fucking mopping the floor at my wedding, for God's sake,
I said,
Yeah.
could I come with my face paint? And he's like, oh, you can totally come. But when I showed up, it was late, and I could hear phrase speaking. Then I heard
In the middle of my speech.
his good ladies.
Fucking, you couldn't have timed it any.
I know.
Oh, well, I picked it perfectly. Well, like, his good lady's dad was speaking, and I'm like, and then I heard him speaking, but I was outside with Greg Scott. I was outside with
Oh, yeah.
Ferengi, and I'm like, and I was eating a fish supper, and he showed up and he's like, oh, I'm late as well. And I'm like,
supper.
and I'm like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, we can't go in. They're hearing the speech. He's like, oh, I was just going to walk in. I'm like, no, you can't go in. So I'm eating this fish supper, and I'm like, oh. And I heard him speaking. I'm like, right, I'm going in.
That's how Greg managed to fly in under the radar. Eh?
Oh, yeah.
I
Exactly.
walked in, and I swear to God, like, I walked in, and I was being a cunt. I clapped my hands, like, and then everybody went mental. Like,
There's a fucking great folk of him clapping the hands. And like my mother-in-law was there's like running
She's
around
at the door.
laughing like fuck,
she's like where I am, and it, like, there was this sort of shock came over me because I knew everybody was looking at me. Like,
Dude, the fucking, honestly, that is, it went down so well.
It did.
It was
did.
just, you couldn't have.
It
you couldn't
made
have
it
planned
better.
any
Exactly.
Better.
It made it better.
amazing.
It was
because that's the way that I think because we'd like
Fucking amount
we-
of food at that wedding
like
as
well,
well.
the thing
Holy
was
fuck.
well the thing was myself and Lurch
That's amazing.
myself and Rubes especially were like, we don't want to spend a fucking like $8,000 a wedding, like fancy bells and whistles, blah blah. That's cool for those who want to do it, but we're like, we get our friends give her a party,
It's like an
fucking-
$8,000 buffet, that's for sure.
Yeah,
Fucking
exactly.
Food everywhere.
Oh man, exactly. Yeah.
a bag of
We're going home with fucking bags full of like fucking 4-course meals.
I know.
It was the bag of
It was
spinach that
mental.
Coops did. And I'm like,
right.
fattiness. Like, what's that? Right?
And to this day, the wedding book's the best thing because you flick through, it's all cock pictures and fucking an album for fucking Tilly Butcher £20 bags. Like what the
It
fuck?
was so bizarre because, like, when I walked in, it was like everybody's looking at me like, you need to say something really fucking funny. And I'm like, you said it was fancy dress. And like, Abdi went
That's
mental
right.
again. I'm
Everyone lost their
like,
shit.
Abdi went mental again. I'm like, this is amazing.
You know what it was? It was the deafening silence, and then it was just broken by, you fucking tell me it was fancy dress. It wasn't even like a polite, it wasn't even polite. It was just, you fucking tell me it was fancy dress.
And then I stood in
It
the
was
corner
gold.
and ate the rest of my chips.
Fucking
And Abdi else
That's
started
right.
laughing, and you're like,
It threw my speech all the fuck.
I swear to God, to this day, Tracy still believes that was planned.
Really?
Really?
Did she?
Yeah.
It really wasn't.
No,
Exactly.
it was not fucking planned because I messaged a good lady because I thought it's a wedding is the lady's special day. So
Yeah.
I messaged the
Rubes,
Rubes and I said, is it okay if I come in my face paint? She's like, yeah. And then I messaged you and you're like, oh, fucking right. And I'm like, okay.
Yes.
But like even the apprentices thing, I was like,
Robin Hood. That's
I know,
what the
like
fucking-
I'm going like. There was a Robin one there, and I'm like, it's £40, but I'm like, it's Robin
was
Hood, and it's
the
like a tenner, and I'm like, go put on Robin Hood. He's like, why? It's too funny. I'm like, aye, but Robin
is.
and Batman, Robin Hood. And he's like,
Yeah.
aye, okay. So we fucking got there, and
It was fucking genius.
one come dude, and I'm pretty sure it was Dr. Love.
I think it was, yeah.
I'm sure, 'cause
I think it was.
I
He wasn't
slated
overly
him.
impressed.
I slated him because he slagged off the chat room. And I get why he slagged off the chat room. Like, there's a couple of times I looked at the chat room recently, and I'm like, yeah, see where he's going for. But he was
Times,
saying,
yeah,
but he
yeah.
was saying like, the,
But then, sorry to cut in there, but then if you see the shit that he shares now, though, like there's a group called a WhatsApp group called the Man Cave that I was briefly in, like, what the fuck is this? And it's like some of the shit he shared, I'm like, I'm out of there, bye bye, cheerio, I'm left it. Like, holy, I mean,
What now?
oh,
What's the
well, Steve, you probably know exactly, you probably know. But
I seen his dirty videos on fucking X Hamster.
can I get some more of your?
Of course you
Would you
can,
mind?
sir.
Would you
Of
mind?
course-
'Cause it's
no,
fucking
of
lovely.
You know what? You know, me and him were quite close friends for a long time. Good job, these new 20s are.
Yeah, I know. Aye, Monopoly.
he,
money.
and, he and I were good friends for a long time. You know, best man at his wedding.
Best man, exactly,
And
yeah.
I feel really bad for cutting contact, but that man was going to get me in fucking trouble.
He was skirting like some dangerous ground.
It got
Exactly.
to, like, I was.
Like,
I
don't think,
had-
you know, someone. I think. Sorry to cover you. I think had I been in a mentally stable place,
Yes.
I could have dealt with it, but I wasn't, and I knew that I needed to
Yeah.
remove myself from that scenario.
Exactly, yeah.
Part of me feels kind of bad, so I never really gave him an explanation.
But
I never
then
said to him,
also-
"Look, this is why." I just kind of cut contact.
In your defense, though, like Dr. Love had a very kind of like dominating kind of personality, though. Like it was like,
Oh God,
very,
yeah.
like
very.
come in my flow, come in, I will lead, you will flow with me. So,
Yeah.
and I was saying, I'm also quite liable to like.
Hey, don't
if
get me wrong.
If I'm in like again, right, for
fucking
example,
good
right,
times with that guy.
Chuckles. Oh yeah, Chuckles can be quite a dominant kind of personality. See, like if he's in a group of folk, like the bouncing was. He's also he can be very like the kind of leading kind of voice a little bit,
See, when you're the most dominant, you're the most insecure.
Yes, exactly.
When
aye.
you're the.
So
I
Chuckles would kind of like
I love Coops.
and Love too would
but
kind of lead the flow a little bit.
I love Coops.
Why are you
but-
looking at me?
No,
Just saying.
no,
Just
like
saying, Scott.
Just saying
I
that,
love Coops, and I've got all the time in the world for it. But
That
if you
doesn't really work in a
notice,
podcast.
if you notice, if you notice that Cooper tries to make her voice louder than all of us,
At times,
Yeah.
yes.
but it's meant to be hard. Like I think sometimes when she comes on here, she's kind of like, oh, I kind of really gel with the guys sometimes, but she can't. She really can't, and she needs to build.
really can.
She needs to build herself up because I've
does.
noticed that in her, and I've noticed like little flaws in all of us
Oh, of course, yeah.
that
Apart from me, obviously.
I have.
Mostly.
My only flaw is not speaking at the microphone.
Microphone,
enough,
big boy voice,
The-
or folk.
The flaws that I have, I notice a little bit of me in all he is, and I think that's why.
Hey, look, nobody's perfect.
No,
No,
exactly.
nobody's
exactly.
perfect.
It's-
You
it's-
do not need to be perfect.
But I think that is part of.
But
that is
because we're
part
not
of
perfect.
the show. It's like
Yeah.
it shows that no, you can't sit here and be like.
we all build
No,
ourselves
None
up.
of us can take the high ground, and I know we jokingly do, and I know deep down none of us actually mean to take the high
Yeah,
road. when
exactly, yeah.
we do it for the sake of humor.
Yeah,
we all
exactly,
build
yeah.
each other up through humor, and it is the slaggy kind of humor for we rip the piss at each
It
other.
is, yeah.
But at the same time, we're building each other up. Like 50, these are really brutal to Coops. And I think
I would say
Is
if we're
that
gonna, if
the
we're gonna put a
sex
percentage,
noises I want to all know? Or?
No.
if we're gonna be
No.
if anyone was brutal to groups, it'd definitely be me over the years.
It's
She
been mostly
fucking
yourself, fine.
Had it in the throat every fucking.
But then,
I remember
for me,
messaging her.
looking back, I'm like, there was one show we did where we used her sex noises from when Pink and her were
there is
together,
because
and we used them as like the kind of like the quiz kind of responses, and I was like, oh,
fucking arrested for that.
should we go too far? No, I'm like, oh, did we go too far with that? Because I love her so much, I'm like, I feel I'm like, did we hurt her,
I'm
But
pretty sure there's been occasions in the past where I've got in touch with Coops and been like, "Are we okay?"
yeah,
Like,
likewise.
I've genuinely felt fucking
Yeah.
awful because at the moment I've been like, oh, I really want to do this because it's funny.
Yeah,
But
but
I'm also like, oh, it's
There's
so
been
mean.
times
It's so
when-
mean.
that
Yeah.
speaks volumes for you, and it does. It speaks
What, that I've
volumes.
gone ahead with it anyway?
No, it speaks volumes for you that afterwards that you've gone, are you okay with it? Because I
Yeah.
think
Is this one of these better to ask forgiveness than permission?
Kinda,
yes,
yeah, kinda.
that is my favorite thing.
Because
to
there's
do.
been times when, like yourselves, both of you as well too, and Coops included, the three of you especially, where I've like gone maybe in my head I've gone too far, and then I'm like, you know what? Listen, by the way, you know, are you cool? Like, you know, are we cool? Because I you know, I don't want you to think I wasn't being serious, you know, and stuff.
There
And
was
Are
a
you gonna
couple of
come back
shows.
for next show.
There was a couple of shows where it was kind of like that, and you're like, right, I've got to get up early in the morning. I'm like, but I need to apologize first. Like I loved, I loved the after shows. Like
right.
you gave me all the after shows, and I've listened to a lot of them, and some of them are shit, some of them are short, but
Oh, yeah.
they're just kind of. This is the best. Oh, fucking every time, Scott. What the fuck?
every fucking time. Man. Give me one sheet. Oh, it's my crotch, my
I
crotch.
give you one compliment and you splooge all away.
Oh no, we're doing to our last sheet.
Oh no,
Oh, no.
I've got 4 months.
Sorry.
Oh, I know.
It's okay. We haven't. The board's okay. The board's okay.
As long as it's not on the board.
It's
If it's
on
under
the
the board,
mat.
it's
No,
fine.
no, it's okay. It's on the mat. Just fine.
There was times.
Go and shut that door. I'm fucking.
Oh, you sorry. I was breathing smoke on you. I feel bad. Like
My
I
old
hate,
man used to smoke
I-
cigars. I love the smell of
I
cigars.
fucking hate it.
I
It
know.
makes me
Remember
feel
that?
sick.
like I hate the fact that I
I've
smoke.
said before, I'm like, Lurch, I'm sorry, but you know, if you do the smoke in the show, like I feel sick as
Big
fuck.
boy
I'm
voice,
like,
Scott. Big boy voice.
thanks, Bob, thanks.
Like I hate the fact. Like
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know it's just.
see the first show that we did back, Fidget Cat, Lonely Boy, you cunt. I was like at my depths, and then to be fair, I tanked 3 bottles of this shit.
That's right. Yeah.
2
How are you
electrics.
still alive?
2
I
electrics.
know.
The Orange Jubilee. We need that for the next one. The Orange Jubilee.
Orange
right?
Jubilee.
I
Okay,
had
right.
2 of them and an Orange Jubilee, and I was just like, I told him that I fucking missed this. I missed him. I missed
Yeah.
Hughes. I missed Abdi during the whole 2 years and ain't seen anybody. And I understood why we did it.
You know
and
something?
why.
I am. I'm sorry. I'm cutting over you.
No.
The 2 years in which we were essentially forced to stay indoors and whatnot, but you know, and rightly so. A lot of people can poo-poo the way in which we handle the pandemic, but I think those who stayed indoors and did the right thing by others did the right thing.
Yeah.
And you know, you'll never change my mind on that. I mean, you know, the couple of-
Why did nobody clap for me? I was a frontline worker. Like, I swear to fuck, every fucking Thursday at fucking 8 o'clock, I'm like,
I'm sure there's some. I'm sure there's women out there that gladly give you the clap.
Oh, exactly. I know. That's true. That's a fair point, Dad.
But I found, you know, something. This might sound a little sad, but I found a little bit of comfort in Call of Duty Warzone. And,
Yeah.
and a lot of that was me, Tatty,
Yeah.
a guy called John, and a guy called Ron who lived in the States. So
That's right. Yeah.
Tatty
Yeah.
has got his arsehole sewn up. He's got a wee bag. John,
I asked Tati, can I hold your bag while you're having a poop next time? I
Big
see
Lord
you?"
says, I'll clap for you, Lurch.
nice.
Thank you, Lord.
John has just mental issues. The guy's statistic or something. I don't know. He's
Yeah.
fucking- and then Ron's only got one leg. So
He does.
So me having one bollock.
He's
really-
ex-forces,
Yeah.
but he's got one leg.
He's fucking brand new. But on every night with these guys, because it was like, right, get the bear into bed. Mrs. would go to bed about 10, and I'd be like, fuck it, on the Xbox. And we'd sit till like fucking 2 in.
But the worst thing is, though, is like
Playing
Tatty,
Xbox.
John, and Ron were like fucking good at this shit.
Yeah.
And I would join their groups and I'll be your fourth and be like a complete fucking like they're carrying me, you know, like
But see the interaction and the banter and just the general chat and shit like we're doing here now.
Yes, exactly,
That was
yeah.
exactly what I got from Warzone.
Yeah.
While I was on there with those guys, and honestly, I had. If your guys are listening, thank you so much, because honestly, the pandemic was just.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been so shit without it.
That
and I've had. Like, I've been back on Warzone since, you know,
Yeah.
and there's a different group of guys that I play with now because it's, you know, the game got shit
It
after a while. And
evolved,
Titan
yeah,
that-
exactly.
Titan that moved on. They're playing other games, but there's always a little part of my heart. It's like,
Oh, God,
man, I
yeah.
would kill to go back to that.
Yeah,
it's
'cause,
so
like,
good.
There was a period when I was playing like Destiny 2 with Tatty and with Sandy the Manny.
Great game.
And it was fucking amazing because there'd be 3-man squads And we'd just like for hours and hours upon end, just like sitting together, yapping away, but doing things, you know.
It didn't
But it was
matter
more
if you
the
sucked at the game.
it was
You
more
were
the
just
communication,
having
exactly.
fun,
Aye.
yeah.
But they were better than me, of course. But I was like, it was the communication part of the whole thing.
You know what it reminded me on? Back when, like, you know when you got a Mega Drive and the only way you could play multiplayer games, all three used to be in the room.
Yes,
All three
aye.
used to be in the room.
It was like
and you'd
that,
sit
yeah.
and have a bullshit, and you would just have a laugh and a carry on. You were probably just sitting drinking juice and fucking about.
Aye.
But it was very similar to that, obviously not in the same room. It was
Yes.
just this nice nostalgic feeling. I don't know if anyone else got that, but holy fuck, I would go. This is really horrible thing to say. I would go back to that in a heartbeat.
Fuck. Man.
Lock me down.
Can
get
we
more-
can we
get
have like a
fucking Verdance
PC night where we all get together, three of us get together?
We've been speaking like to be fair, that was the thing that I missed because I had to work.
Yeah.
I had to fucking work.
People got to eat.
Oh,
Oh, that sounds like a McDelivery.
it's the cubes! Oh, it's hey!
Is it mini cubes? I don't think.
It's mini cubes and ah!
How the fuck am I planning here?
Squeeze them mini cubes.
Just like you work at KFC.
Yes. Oh boy.
I can't believe you guys come back here with fucking McFlurries. That's wonderful.
They're all melted,
Wonderful.
Like, my machine stopped working.
Oh, what?
There's a
Like
Smarties
soup.
one there somewhere. Aye, there's a Smart one.
Holy shit. That's wonderful.
That was the thing that I missed, and why I like. You used to message me and go like, "Oh, we're doing a show," and sometimes I'd be like, "I really want to do a show," but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not in the right headspace.
Yes, I.
And then I thought, "Fuck it, I'd just do it." Like, just
Yeah.
fucking do it. And like, I've found things that if I've just gone like, just fucking do it, you get the best fucking results.
There's been times when, I mean, a few times now as well too, where like it's been a showtime, and I'm like, I really can't be. Thank you so much. I'll take this. I'll take the soup.
So good. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, guys.
We're gonna have to quit the serious
It's
chat
come
now.
like. Feel free on you go.
No, I mean, as in, like, Coops is here now. We need to go back to
Oh
this.
yeah.
I know we need to.
But like, there's been times when it's come like showtime, and I've really been like, I can't do this because I don't have the brain for it.
Yeah.
And then we've just like, fuck it, do it. I just go for it, and then it's worked.
And it's the best feeling, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and you
It's
feel
like
better afterwards. Yeah.
It's so cathartic to release that.
Because
Even-
like you said, I mean, for me, it's like I am on every show because I'm the main host essentially, you know. So I'm on every show. So and there's been times where I mean, it hasn't been time I can't make it. I'm sorry because I just my brain's not there. You know,
Yeah.
I can't do it. You know, it's fucking. I'm
But
sorry.
you just need to be there to go, right, we're recording. And like, I've kind of learned that I've been on shows where you're like kind of fucking, I'm
Struggling.
really feeling this. And I'm like, right, fucking wise up.
Yes.
Amp it up. Like, even Kyle coming in today was fucking
Oh my god, you
amped it up.
you've been a huge help because like again, like I said, there's times when I've come like because working like two jobs, like even this last week, I've been not only been full time at the main job, but also I've been out several times for things with the other job, you know. Where it's like I wanted to get things prepped and good to go, but I'm not a chance. I'm like, fucking hell. So I come here, I'm like, I'm like impotent almost, you know.
I used to rip the piss before. I used to rip the piss for like, he's got nothing fucking planned. And I used to take a piss because you told me, and it was like when we'd come into his house until he drove, we'd sit down and we'd have fucking bullshit because something was getting wrong and we'd hear bullshit.
Exactly.
And cunts would tell me stuff that I was not allowed to fucking say, and I'd be like, and I'm like, get a fucking show started quick, and I would bring it up straight away. There's a lot of the early shows that I'm on where it's like, I so wank, and I'm like, oh, that's been edited.
Like guests would come on the show and say, right, by the way, if there's anything you don't want to be aired, don't tell Lurch before you go on the air.
Well,
you
like
know?
Kyle, like his second show, Kyle come in, he says, "Oh, I've been working my way through the alphabet." And I'm like, "Oh, have you? Right, okay. Tell me, confess your sins." And then he come in, I'm like, "Tell your Uncle Scott if you've been doing." And he told him, he's like, "Tell my ma." And she was coming on. So as soon as he sat down, I'm like, "Kyle, go tell your mom." If he was telling me, you can fucking speak a bit. But I think that's the beauty of the past 10 shows is it 10? I think we've done more than 10. It's maybe 12.
I think so, yeah.
But fair enough, they're fucking every 2 weeks. But they've been
Thanks, Ma.
they've been a lot different. But I think these past however many shows that we've done
Yeah, you're right.
have been the best shows.
Oh, absolutely.
I think these are.
I think so. I think we've hit a fucking.
Nate is shit on the last ones because the ones before are fucking still amazing.
The ones before were the best for their time. I think
still
now we're like
amazing.
we've hit a new peak.
They are still good, but I think now we've kind of got our flow, and it's a fucking lot better. But
Like especially his last kind of like 3 shows have been like fucking top tier laughing. It's gold. It really is, you know.
like, I know, but you're fucking stressing the culture. But like, as you said, like when you would say like, "Oh, it's not fucking spickable," that's why I was like, well, you might not hear him funny, but
Yes.
I know there was a fucking serious thing because like the first show that we did back, I'm like, let's fucking. Can I tell you why I'm fucking so miserable?
You fucking asked me how I felt once, and it totally fucking threw me.
Yeah, exactly.
How does that
Yeah.
make you feel? And I'm like, sorry,
I
excuse
was,
me.
like, I was,
Supposed to have feelings.
but like, I think to be fair as well, like the only times that we've ever really spoken is through microphones, and at the same time, like, I
Yeah.
fucking care about you. Like, I
Yeah.
care about Abdi that I've ever sat in front of a microphone.
Shut up.
I care about Abdi that I've ever sat in front of a microphone
Oh, aye.
before because you've
Except Chris Mack.
Stop doing that.
I'm feeling a bit of hostility towards Chris Mack.
A little bit, yes, aye. Right.
I sorted that out. But like,
After show, folks, we're calling it quits because
Because it's not
Group is
funny
here.
anymore.
I know.
Just serious chat.
Depressive Lurch is here.
the present Lurch started this fucking bullshit.
Darth Lurch is here. Darth's here.
Folks, thank you so much for hanging around for the after show. This will be added to the end of the regular show as a
See
wee
if it's
bonus.
4 hours long, I will be so happy because
At
people
least.
will be so happy.
It's gonna be well, 2, 3.
Aye.
It's gonna be at least 3.5 hours to 4 hours long
The
now.
last marathon show that we did, fucking Krusty was on. It's like part 3, and you were like,
Krusty.
Krusty was on,
Krusty.
and Steve's like,
Krusty was
you
on.
could hear you going like, was stepping off of the microphone like, I don't really want to speak because this is fucking.
What were we talking about?
When
She was-
Krusty was on.
Sorry, she was being quiet. And you're like, no, 150, not 250.
Fuck, I can't mind. We should be a bit of mid-mission.
I've got no idea.
You were a bit pissed, Steve. And
My
I-
memory's
and I
fucking
would like to
shot.
apologise for putting so much rum into your coke that day.
That's all right. I've had that done to me so many times. Folk are like, Steve likes rum.
Twitch chat, we have been blessed to be part of your link tonight.
Merry Christmas, Yoko. Merry Christmas, John.
Merry Christmas.
Can I be really horrible to Lurch before we go?
Do it.
It'll be lonely this Christmas
Oh,
without you.
hold a blue Christmas without you. Hold a blue
I know.
Christmas.
The next show I'm going to be on, I'll look like fucking. I'm going to look like Brad Pitt being Glorious Bastards. Name of the haircut, but the rope burns through me.
Oh no!
Good old asphyx of wank sorts that.
Cheerio, cheerio, Twitch. It's been
Merry
missed.
love you.
Christmas!
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mr. Lurcher.